to you from sunny Calgary, Alberta.
This is how many house cats?
We currently have 4 house cats.
There's 4 house cats in the room.
Some drums. Get the cymbals in.
Welcome everyone to episode 6, baby.
It is episode 6, isn't it?
I got it right this time.
6 episodes already.
6 episodes.
Damn.
Yeah, man. We're back. So, I messed up a word on the last.
You did?
Last
Did you?
episode. Yeah, man.
What word?
So we're talking about the James Webb Telescope, right?
Yeah.
Am I? Do I got the
I
front
love
here?
the James Webb Telescope.
Yeah, I got the front. All right, yeah, we're talking about James Webb, and I was talking about the gravitational lensing, and I used the word ovular to describe an oval.
Right.
Ovular is like a human anatomy
Right.
thing. It's
Yeah.
ovules, eggs, ovular.
Elliptical or something like that.
Elliptical or
Yeah.
oval or
Yeah.
you know, I need an adjective to describe
Ovular.
something that has a
Ovular
shape.
is a different thing. Eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
Holy fuck.
yeah, yeah, bro.
Did you know like urinate, ren is like urine in like Latin or something?
Oh, really?
I don't really know the exact term, but like that's where urinal comes from.
Word.
'Cause
Oh.
urinate-
From Ren?
yeah, from like urinate. I don't know.
I mean,
Alright,
I guess
so-
eggs aren't
I don't
really
really
circular
recall
either.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of like off topic of eggs, but
That's okay. There is no topic on,
There
on,
is
how,
no
on how many house cats.
Okay.
There truly is no topic.
There's one true topic.
We'll find out at the
So is it like a specific topic or is it like meta?
I mean, our
Oh, we're
title
we're
is kind of
oh, I
like.
thought
I
we were just,
guess
Yeah.
I guess there
There's
is
4.
only one.
There's
just flowing.
Right now he's saying 4.
Word.
He's saying
Okay,
4.
so I guess we should introduce our new guest, Ryan Goutbeck. And Otto has also returned again
Bonjour,
for
bonjour.
another episode.
Otto,
Welcome, Ryan. Welcome, Otto, back.
welcome.
Hello.
What's going on?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Ryan. Obviously, I'm the new one. This is Otto.
Thanks for
And,
joining us, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm a Amazon dude employee right now, and that's my summer.
These people tell
Word
me
up.
you had an association with electric scooters.
I was working for Bird Canada, like as a dude. Okay, I was like
resident dude for Bird Canada.
Yeah, I was a resident bird dude.
I
Bird
gotta
patrol
do that.
I had on my back. I was like the boss, not the boss, but like fleet manager.
The
that's what-
semi-boss.
The
yeah,
fleet
like
manager.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so like I was ahead of like
Mm-hmm.
8 dudes.
Yeah,
per
you weren't
shift or
you weren't
something.
like a scrub. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I would load up the van, and we could get 36 scooters in each van,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just go around the city, mostly downtown, and just drop off the bird scooters.
Oh my god.
Pick them up, charge them,
Yeah,
repair the
7
ones that are
earbud in.
fucked.
yeah.
Okay, hold on. I saw a video of this on the internet, and the
Yeah.
dude was just like, "Dude, I'm the best motherfucking bird person you've ever seen." And he's like, "Sorry, I don't know."
Yo,
if I
wait,
can
was this a
swear."
dude like
Yeah.
skiing on them?
Yeah, he was like, he could carry like
Suppose.
7 birds at once. So I guess my question for you is, how many birds can
I
you
was
ride at
doing
once?
4 at once.
You could ride 4 birds
Yes,
at once.
was
I saw
doing
dudes
4
the
at
other day
once.
doing 3, and I was like, that looks really sketchy.
That's
Wow.
that's
like,
incredible.
They were
So
hitting
you
like
did
little
4.
bumps. They
Yeah,
were hitting
yeah.
like little bumps, and like all the scooters were like racking on the sides of where
Yeah.
they were standing. Like, oh man,
Well, it
that's
depends
Yo,
like
that's
where
true.
you're putting them, because like if it's like a nest, they call them nests. 'Cause
Mhm.
they're
Yeah.
birds, you know. Bird
Because they're
nest.
birds.
Yeah.
The bird
and
nest.
So if you get like a bird nest of 4,
wow.
you ride the 4. But if you get 3, you just ride the 3. So, or usually there's a 6. There's 6 or 4. So you
Ooh.
just get 2 3s and just ride them there.
Yeah.
Word.
And yeah, it was
What
a pretty
about
chill
all
job.
7?
7 would be hard.
Yeah. That's
Because
so
if
funny.
you could stack 4, but like that gets
How do you
sketchy.
how do you stack them? Are you just putting them on?
So
like,
you get the one, and then you lay it across.
Yeah, yeah.
And then an X, like you got an X.
Okay,
So
okay.
now you got 3.
Yeah.
And then the 4th one you can put on
got
top.
3. Yeah.
And,
Oh my
And you
goodness.
you put your feet on the bottom scooter.
Oh, okay, and then you're kind of holding it all
yeah,
with your legs.
you're not doing a balancing
Like-
act. Like,
Oh man,
topple over.
that sounds like something, dude.
Me and
Yeah,
Otto
that's
had a bird
street
scooter
performance.
experience
Oh yeah,
very
yeah.
recently.
We were coming home. Boys went out for a little night.
As boys do.
As boys do, and it is my favorite thing to see on the street when someone's doubling on a bird scooter. And like Parker and I, we walked down the street and we're like, yeah, let's just get birds. It's gonna be super easy. We'll get 2 birds right now. It's gonna be a breeze. We found 1 bird and rode
shit.
almost the entirety of downtown before we found another bird that was charged.
No.
I would like
Was that
to
this
point
year?
out.
Yeah, it was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm not working for them this year, so
Yeah, no
Sadly,
kidding. No
they-
wonder your birds are all
sadly there's
empty.
no birds anywhere. They don't
Yeah.
got They don't got number 1
Yeah.
employee.
Yeah.
I think
Don't
it's-
call him. He's not a good bird man.
I think it's interesting to state that
Birdman.
the name bird, when a couple of guys would be walking through downtown at 2 a.m. saying we should find some birds, meant a completely different thing 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
And
man.
that is totally changed
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm walking around. I'm like, yo, have you guys seen birds anywhere? I just really need one.
Yo,
right now.
I'm looking to
I'm
ride
just-
a bird all the way home.
Yeah, yeah. Right now I'm riding my friend's bird, but I could really use a different one.
I'm riding my friend's bird.
Yeah, we're riding this bird together.
Yeah.
And then
We were
every
double teaming this.
No, I
bird.
know you can hear
And
me.
then
I
we
giggle
ran-
every time he
and then we ran out of juice, man.
The bird ran out of juice.
The bird ran out. No, the bird never ran out of juice, but your phone did die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I was gonna say I got charged for what was it? 3 hours and 25
Yeah,
minutes
yeah,
of
dude.
bird scooter riding.
We did not ride for 3 hours.
We
and
rode for
25.
59
Parker does not
minutes.
have that stamina.
We rode for 59 minutes. I got charged for 3 hours and 25 minutes
Yeah.
because
Your phone died, didn't
It's
it?
supposed to be like the same as a taxi, like.
yeah.
basically.
Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Is that the pricing?
Yeah.
That's
it's like-
not that
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no.
What the?
Anyway, I reached out to
30
support.
cents a minute or something.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I reached out to support and I got a full refund.
Yeah.
They knocked 2 hours and 25 minutes off the price. So.
And that's
good.
helpful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, your phone died because we got home and we were like, "Oh, that's perfect," and then you laughed and you were like, "Man, I hope they got that." And then
Bird's like, no, we didn't get
yeah,
shit.
they're on the side of the road, like tossed in a
Yeah.
ditch on the border of bird zone.
I found
Yeah.
so much like graveyard birds. It was
Graveyard.
What was the
birds.
most
sad.
epic spot you ever found? A
Yeah,
bird in?
where do birds
well,
concentrate?
people ditch them in the river.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like
I've seen
into the
that.
water?
Yeah, right
Are
in the
birds
boat.
waterproof?
No. they got electronics, bro. So I had to go fish them out a couple times, but the fucking anchor broke because it was like stuck under rocks. So I'm like, my boss's name is Tyler. I'm like, Tyler, I can't get this bird.
This bird's lost.
The bird and the anchor are now gone. So now we're out of a bird and an anchor, and then so I gotta go and find another bird because that's the day. You
That's
just
the day.
collect-
How many
like
birds are in the river?
Once,
Like at any given point, I know people
Probably
keep throwing them back
throughout
in
the
there.
summer I worked, there was probably like 12 birds put in the river. So
12
not too
birds.
much.
That's a lot less than I thought.
Yeah.
For,
And I
for,
feel
uh,
like-
for like how many thousands of drunk
Yeah.
people there are
Yeah,
ripping
yeah.
on those things around
Well, I feel like when
Calgary,
they
that
first
ain't
came
bad.
out, the whole thing was just like, lol, how many birds can we throw in the river
Yeah.
before they get mad?
Because then they got Generation 2 birds, which were a lot nicer than the
Right.
silver ones.
Yo,
It
the
was
gen
like
the gen
blood
the
sugar.
gen
two
two the
birds,
gen
man.
two
I
ones.
do miss
it's
the
like,
Gen 1s, though. You could actually, like, bar spin those fuckers.
the gen ones were definitely huckable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Gen
were
2s,
really
though, are
light.
solid.
But they were also like really like
Oh, super
Really
wobbly.
sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was
The
like a
Gen 2s were
decrease in
like-
head injury rates when they brought in Gen 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they kind of were like, okay, it might be like a liability
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
and then
maybe.
it was the neurons, which are those orange ones.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the difference? Is there a
So the
difference?
Just the
difference-
company,
The
right?
difference
Big
is
wheels.
we always shit on them, and they were right across the lot. from
First
us.
off, we shit on them.
yeah, we
Fuck
call,
Neuron,
we
bro.
called them nerd on.
Nerd on. Yeah, don't get it wrong.
Yeah, with their
Nerd on.
goofy ass helmets.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
the way they didn't like have vans to pick up and go, they had to like drive to the location and then like they got out of the van with like a big charger and they like swapped out the battery and then like went to the next one.
Interesting.
And so like it's kind of weird. But the weird thing about it is like they got helmets, right?
They
Which
got
seems
helmets.
like a good idea, you know, protect people. But like, what about like license shit? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't you not like?
I
That'd be
just-
gross.
Yeah, well,
I don't wear the helmet.
Forget lice. Forget lice. You can't get on the scooter without looking like a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
For real.
Ugh.
Fucking nerd-ons.
Nerd-ons.
Yeah, we didn't like those guys.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely less cool. I mean the big wheels. There's definitely something to that. You know, having a
Yeah,
larger wheel
off-road
size.
You got
Yeah,
Capability.
off-road capabilities for sure.
Utility.
But I mean, yeah, the helmet's just it's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
For
Like
me.
when I go
Like, just-
camping in the park overnight, when I
You're
need a
gonna be
place to
wearing your
stay.
helmet.
Well, I'm bringing the Neuron.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mhm.
just because you can park them anywhere.
Yeah.
But the bird, I don't know. When I'm going out at night, like if I got a girl with me,
Mm.
gotta
we're,
take
we're
the
taking
Neuron.
birds. We're not.
So would you have people like bringing birds into their homes? Like you'd go to pick them
Yeah,
up and
couple-
you'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is in the
Like,
house.
there's a fucking there's a porn shop on Deerfoot Trail or McLeod Trail.
Yeah.
And there was this dude who lives on
Rule
top of
34.
Yo,
he lives
I-
on top
I think-
of the porn shop.
I think I know approximately where this is. Is it towards Chinook Mall?
Yeah, it's right by Chanel.
Yeah, on the west side of the road
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I used to live down there.
Yeah.
That's a good spot, man.
And so there's a guy who lives up there, and there was a bird in his house, and I couldn't get it.
Mhm.
Like it was all
Yeah.
locked up. and
What do
then-
you do in that scenario? Do you send like the last person to use the
Do you
bird?
leave
You
him a
send
bird
them a text or
Well, I
something?
just tell my boss, I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
I can't get this.
Yeah.
Like this isn't some dude's porn house.
Yeah, because I
Like,
guess once you submit the photo and you're like, I left the bird here, you
Yeah.
can still pick up the bird
right.
and like go
Yeah.
park it inside, and then you can be like, I'm riding
Or
in the
like,
morning.
maybe
I'm
sometimes the GPS would be off, so like you'd have to
Oh.
look around the block. to
Yeah.
find the bird
Fuck,
sometimes.
dude.
You're like, oh man, the bird's
So
stuck in the
maybe-
porn
maybe
palace
the bird
again.
wasn't in the guy's house. Maybe it was in the porn shop
Yeah.
because I didn't go in it.
Do you know
Right.
that meme where it's literally just like did you know that you can just take birds out of parks? Like I'm talking like actual like ducks and shit.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
is
you
it like
can
the
just take
same
them home.
idea? If you just carry it into your house and turn off the GPS, they'll never know. They'll never know. You can just take birds.
I bet you someone with like some like profound electronics knowledge could easily make one of those things disappear.
Oh,
and make
yeah.
it
I think
theirs.
so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like
the
they can't-
electronics aren't too hard to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it
They're
wouldn't.
just like right under the where you stand. So.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
and
Don't steal birds.
I'm
wait,
starting
wait,
my
I'm
electric scooter build this weekend.
I'm looking into the camera. Don't steal
They're like
birds.
$2 grand
Don't.
for those things.
Really?
If you look to buy one, they're
Right, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
pricey.
You can buy. Wait, can you buy used birds?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was thinking like
Me and
In the red
20
light-
friends want
in the
to buy
red light
birds.
district.
Yeah,
With
take
all
the
that-
governor out and go 90
How
kilometers
fast can they go?
an
Have you
hour.
ever seen one without a governor?
Dude, the
No.
top end like electric scooters go 90k an
yeah,
hour.
they go fast.
They're
Dude, I
fast.
feel like
you
those
can rip
birds
them on
could cook.
Deerfoot. Like they're
I
quick.
feel yeah.
You
'cause
can
they're-
rip them on
You
deer
can
foot.
rip them on
Yeah,
deer.
they're
Oh
limited.
man, dude, just put on like some hockey equipment and just
Yeah.
send it down Deerfoot Trail.
Holy shit.
Dude, that would be crazy
Some
fun,
full
Yeah, they're
leather.
but
definitely
but
fast.
so
Yeah,
scary.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah,
Because they get to 20 like right now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah.
cap it.
Yeah.
Like
they're torquey.
yeah.
They're torquey.
They're quick.
Because
Yeah.
they don't want liability.
Yeah. The whole thing's
that's just-
liability.
I mean, they don't want liability, yet they're almost intentionally for people to ride when they
when they're
are drunk.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah, they
so
went
true,
like
man.
they went like, okay, how fast can you run? And then what's like a little bit faster than running? And then they were like, that's the
Yeah,
scooter.
they looked at
game.
Parker's longboard speed and then did it.
I think so, yeah,
I was
literally.
on par with this guy, maxed out on a bird scooter, and Parker's just cruising.
Yeah.
on
Dude,
the
I was
longboard.
cranking that shit. Like
Longboard's
my leg
fucking
was doing
crazy.
this.
Oh,
shit,
you were
know?
going hard.
Oh,
You had
yeah.
the skate
He was
three.
going all the way,
Holy
and then we stopped and wrestled on a stranger's front lawn.
Oh,
That's
very
true.
good, very good.
Dude,
yeah.
I get sketched out going that fast on a skateboard.
I do too. I don't know how
Yeah.
to stop.
It's sketchy.
Yeah. Do you just ruin shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ruined
Yeah.
the fuck out of shoes. Yeah.
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 Same with my bike. My bikes don't got brakes.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you just stick your foot in the
Just
back
not a
wheel.
big stoppage guy. Hey,
No, fuck brakes.
All
bro.
gas, no
brakes.
brakes.
are for pussies, man.
I agree. Yeah,
You gotta fall a little to know it hurts.
Yeah.
So you don't do it again.
The tray is under your
Remember
bum.
not to fall again.
Yeah, I've been riding brakeless for many years now, though. I mean, honestly,
You're
you
used
put
to
your you put your shoe in the back tire, you jam it right in there.
Yeah.
It's as good as any brakes.
It's as good as new.
There's no way that's a true statement.
That is
Dude, arguably better because you're rubber on rubber instead of like those fucking shitty brake pads.
Yeah, what
Like,
about
disc
disc
brakes are
brakes?
different.
What about
Yeah.
disc
Okay.
brakes?
Okay. There. You
Yeah.
you just said better than
My dad's
any
bike
brake
has
out
disc
there. And I'm like,
brakes.
Mine does,
I
too.
don't know, man.
Word.
Do they?
I
Do they ever?
misspoke.
So do
V
cars.
brakes. V brakes.
Cars
Sure.
do have disc
Yeah.
brakes.
Yeah,
Or
brakes.
drum brakes.
So
Two conversations going on the same podcast is
sorry,
not good
don't
recording.
mean to do that. How could I don't? I think brake on like metal. If you have like a grippy metal surface,
Yeah.
and then a rubber made to grip metal.
Like a rough metal surface, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'd probably be effective, but you'd have to replace your brakes
It would
every 3
absolutely
days.
tear through brakes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Metal
On a
rings.
rough
What do you mean?
surface?
I mean, how often do you replace your brakes on your bike?
Oh.
But it's a smooth
brake.
surface.
It's a smooth surface, and brake pads aren't rubber.
Yeah.
You're talking about putting rubber brake pads on a rough metal
So what do
surface.
you want to do? Like, are you just saying that? How
I'm
is
so
your
confused.
shoe the best?
What
Yeah,
do you
no, I'm
s-
confused as well.
what are you
So, Otto,
suggesting,
I put my
Otto?
shoe against the tire.
Yeah.
Like under the seat.
That's where I'm at. Like,
Yeah.
word.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I don't know
part.
where else we went after.
No,
that.
that's fine.
Put,
That's
a,
alright.
put a stick in your spokes. That's how you should
Yeah,
say it.
that stops
True,
well
like the
as well.
Indiana
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah, you just said it was better than brakes.
Yeah.
And I said no.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Better than shitty V brakes. I'll give
Yeah.
you that.
That's what I
I
mean.
guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Totally, man.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, speaking of brakes and bikes, I've been mountain biking a lot more now.
Nice.
Taking a lot of breaks from biking.
Yeah, taking a lot of breaks from biking. I grabbed the wrong brake on a bike recently.
Oh shit.
So
In
Otto was
Victoria?
in
In
dirt
Vic-
bike mode.
yeah, so dirt bikes and motorcycles, the clutch
I love
is
dirt
on it's on the left side, and the front brake is on the right. And on a bicycle and scooters and whatnot, it's flipped. So
There's a clutch on.
no, like if you get like a mountain bike and like everything like that, downhill bikes,
Yeah,
there's
it's just two brakes.
yeah, it's the front brake and the rear brake on the
Yeah, but on
handlebars.
dirt bikes, the clutch.
The clutch is on the bars.
Yeah.
So when I dirt bike, I instinctively pull on the clutch and then push down with my foot, as a good boy should. But when I'm on a regular bicycle, in a panic, I grab the front brake, which is never the right fucking option. And I was in Victoria and I was riding my friend's bike, and she had like. It was her downhill. She used to downhill a lot. It had like beautiful hydraulic disc brakes with like new cables, like everything. Just
Hydraulic disc brakes don't have cables. They have hydraulic.
sorry, my apologies. Tubes that go down to the.
Oh
disc
yes,
brakes.
okay.
I still
Yes,
like this
it's
story.
nice. They're stainless steel sheathing, so they just don't flex at all when you put pressure through them. Absolutely incredible. But I accidentally grabbed a handful of front brake, listening to or what was it? Sorry, not Shania Twain. We listened to that earlier. It was Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. I was cruising. I was
Classic.
working 9 to 5, hands off the bars. I was like, she needs to listen to this. She needs to hear this song. So I went to slow down and proceeded to just go, like, over the bars, down the hill, bouncing up and down. But
Oof.
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
only went over the handlebars once. I was going around my house, and then I hit a tree root.
And then I hit a tree root.
Yeah.
I went OTB when I was 13 and broke my back.
Oof.
You did.
Yikes.
I did.
Like legitimately, like we're going to the hospital.
Do
legitimate-
you have like titanium back now?
Spinal.
Do you have titanium back?
No, but I'm 3/4 of an inch shorter than I was supposed to be.
Shit.
I have
You're still really tall.
I have compressed
Yeah.
vertebrae in my back.
Really?
Yeah, it was at Windsport at the downhill
Yeah.
spot there.
Yeah.
Went off a feature and landed on the front wheel and got launched up over the bars, and because I was moving, I didn't really get my hands out, and I like lawn darted, so the top of my head went straight into the ground
Oh my
without
God.
any hands,
Yeah, yeah.
and my neck went like that, and that compression on the
Yeah.
curvature of my spine.
Did you break your neck?
No, but I was very close.
Wow.
Yeah,
I am so surprised you didn't break your neck.
I could have been paralyzed if my neck went the other way.
You
Instant
would've, yeah.
snappage.
Do you ride with a neck guard?
Yeah, I do now.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you didn't before?
No,
Holy shit.
I was 13
yeah.
years old, man.
I got one when I was 12 dirt biking. As
Yeah,
soon as they
okay,
came out.
I didn't.
I know. You should have.
I know.
They work wonders.
I've
they're just
survived
soft
many
rotation.
crashes since then because
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that your
that's
worst
insane
crash?
though.
that's definitely up there. That's probably my most severe injury because it's
Yeah.
been almost 9 years and I feel it frequently. It just doesn't heal. It's a spinal injury and they just don't really ever come back. So that one was pretty bad. I like landed on my head and like somehow didn't get a concussion, which was miraculous. I cracked my full face helmet up both sides of the eyepiece, and it was bad. I like remember just like laying there being like, something ain't right.
That was
and,
the end of the mountain biking.
Like no,
You got back on the bike.
Oh, I got back on the
You're
bike,
fucking
but I took
crazy.
2 years to actually learn how to do it.
Really?
Oh man, I have a huge sliver in my finger.
Oh my god.
But yeah, man, I went to the hospital. My parents were way more freaked out than I was.
You were just like another day.
I was like, well, what scared me the most was, and like, kind of, bad on the EMTs for doing this because it's kind of like a no-no when someone like is injured. They were like assessing me and they were like, how does this feel? Can you look this way? And I was like, they were like, can you sit up? And I go to sit up and I'm like, oh, that hurts. And they're like, oh, that's not good. That sounds like C-spine. This could be bad. And I was like, bro, why would you say that? Like, keep that to yourself and do your job. Because I was sitting there already freaked out. And then when this EMT is like, oh God, that's not good. This could be really bad. I'm like, man, don't do that.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking wild.
And they took me down. Like getting the stretcher underneath me was tough because I was already in a very compromised position.
Yeah.
My bike was upside down in the tree behind my head.
Yeah.
It was a gnarly crash. But yeah, they took me down in this stretcher in a gator. And the gator was going like on a bumpy gravel road, and I had 3 fractured vertebrae in my spine.
Oh my god! And they're just like, keep it in fourth.
No one knew what the injury was at this point, but this thing's like bouncing its way down. Yeah. They put my neck brace on backwards. And so my head is just cranked at the most awkward angle. I have a broken spine, and I'm like, my parents are not around. They live an hour away from this, and I'm just like, man, this is like the biggest L I've ever been handed right now. It's unbelievable. But like my spirits were still like relatively high. Yeah. I was just like, I've always been okay with getting hurt. It's just like, man, this is really painful right now.
This one's bad.
And I got taken to the hospital, and I was in the hospital for about 6 hours that day, balling around in the wheelchair being like, yo, this kind of hurts. And they did some x-rays and they were like, everything looks fine. Like the on-call doctor was like, everything looks fine, you can go home. My parents got a call at like 4 a.m. from like a spinal surgeon at the children's hospital, and they were like, you need to come back, like ASAP.
Fine.
ASAP.
Nothing's
Okay. And
okay.
they did a CAT scan where they put you into the tube
and it does and
you
bring a bunch of metal in so it just fucking.
That's an MRI.
Oh, that's an MRI.
That's an MRI. A CAT scan doesn't use.
That's the brain scan.
Yeah. Like a brain scan is an MRI, but it can be CAT scans as well.
Okay.
So they're just for seeing different types of tissue.
Interesting.
But yeah, usually MRIs are for soft tissue.
Okay.
Which I've spent my time in the MRI tube as well, but that's another conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did the CAT scan, and we hung out for a bit, and the doctor eventually came in, and this part is where it gets a little fuzzy, but essentially he came in and was like, here's what your vertebrae normally look like. You've got a rectangle. Yeah. Yours look like Doritos. And so I had 3 of them that were compressed. Doritos. And so T4, T5, and T6.
Shit, where are they on your spine?
They're go straight back from like your sternum. Yeah. Essentially is where they're bottom of your shoulder blades.
Bottom of your shoulder blades. So straight back and up, hey?
Yeah, in that area.
Yeah. Interesting.
Somewhere in there.
Wow.
I could feel it very distinctly. You know, if I think about my back, I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely injured right there.
It's like breathing.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
breathing.
Yeah, I could feel it. But I was like, you know, you're about 3/4 of an inch shorter today than you were yesterday, which
And
is
you're
like
gonna stay
that's
way.
like a scary thought. And he's like, it will heal somewhat, but it will never be the same.
It will yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, that's like not great to hear. So what the compression was, it was 25% on T4, 25% on T6, and then 50% on T5, the one in the middle. And seeing like, you know, CAT scans down the road. So it was 12 weeks of nothing.
Yeah.
Like no activity. And like closely monitoring for any spinal cord changes, any kind of nerve loss. My left leg is still from that because I did, you know, pinch my spine.
Yeah, you did you did some
and
work in there.
So I drag my left foot a little bit when I walk. It like collides with my right foot. You can see it on all my shoes.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's like a rub spot from where my left foot drags. But you know, it was 12 weeks of absolutely nothing. I got addicted to watching television.
That's so funny.
In those 12 weeks, I couldn't do anything. And as soon as I was allowed to go back to being an active kid, I was still stopping and watching TV. Yeah. Because it's all I did for 3 months.
Yeah.
And
it's like, what else am I
and
gonna
it
do?
and it like jacks your brain. You know?
Yeah.
And so they were like, you can go, and like I was a super active kid. Like I was always doing stuff. They're like, you can go back to being active again. I was like,
And you were like,
TV's gonna be the I want to watch Daily Planet.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. My uncle, he was he dirt bikes. My entire family dirt bikes, and so do I. But he was riding in the trees, and he fucking hit a log, and he went headfirst into a tree. And he had a neck brace on. He had, like, at the time, best neck brace money could buy. But his head,
the Liat Fusion Pro.
No, it was like the perfect collision where his head just went straight down. So he broke 2 of like his neck vertebrae. Yeah. And he was in a halo. But he rode out of the fucking trees on his own.
Fuck, with the broken neck.
With his fucking broken, he just kept his head straight and was like, I gotta ride slow. And just like,
I think I tweaked it.
I think I tweaked it. There goes the back again. Shit. And he like rode back to the truck. Fucking got in the truck. He's like, hospital.
Let's go.
Went to the fucking hospital. It's crazy to see like a vertebrae injury heal. Like it's a long process, and you cannot do it alone. Yeah, like you need help throughout it all.
I've never been the same. So
no.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like commend you. Like when I say like, wow, you got back on the bike. Like,
yeah, I took 2 years and learned how to ride. Like instead of mountain biking, I got into trials riding. So
that's incredible.
You know trials riding being a motorbike guy.
I love trials.
It's trials, but on a pedal bike, and
fucking awesome.
it's super fun, and you learn a lot of bike balance, and like your bike handling goes through the roof spending time on a trials bike. So I did that for 2 years, and then was like, all right, I'm good to like let's go back and try this. And then I got back into it, and then I was like, oh, this is super fun, and got totally back into it, and was completely fine riding, and got a lot better.
Nice.
So
well, I mean, to start from the ground up again, that's like
it's
time to do it right. Like I know what I want to learn. I know what I'm gonna chase. So if I'm gonna do it slow, I'm gonna do it the right way.
Yeah, it's super fun too, having trial skills and then going mountain biking again.
Oh my god, you would just be dirty in the trees.
Oh, it's like overpowered when you like come to a switchback and like everyone else is turning, and you can like go up on your front wheel and like spin the back of your bike around in the air and drop down and go the other way. Yeah, it's like because that's all you do in trials. You're in a small space and you just
that's all you want to
manipulate the bike around. And so when you apply that to when I got hurt, if I'd have had that bike skill, I would have never ended up in that position because I wasn't on a jump. I was on an elevated feature, like a wooden plank feature. Yeah. Right. You see like they have in like North Shore where you've got like logs with like 2x4s stacked on them that go like way up. It was one of those. It was like 6 feet off the ground, which is more than enough to fall onto your top of your head on.
You're falling a long way.
But that can be totally prevented when I'm up on that thing, I just ran out of speed and tipped, right?
Yeah.
If it's like, if I would have been better with my bike balance, I could either jump off of that and just land straight down on my wheels,
Yeah.
or
Full
just pedal
suspension
through
bike.
it, and just pedal through it and just, putter
Yeah,
along.
yeah,
And, like,
hope you-
wouldn't
yeah.
even cross my mind as
Yeah.
a hazard.
Yeah.
But then I was inexperienced, and that's what got me into trouble.
Absolutely.
So I knew before going back that I
Yeah.
had to figure out how to actually ride a mountain bike.
Absolutely. That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and not being paralyzed was
That
That's
helps.
always fun.
Yeah,
Huge,
and also
yeah.
just a young reminder that hey, you can break your body.
Yeah.
a
Oh,
lot
totally.
more
I
than
had
you
a lot
think
of
you
I had a lot
can.
of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a kid in Lethbridge the same year, my age, got paralyzed from like the exact same thing. Yeah, at a bike park. Yeah.
No, and that's the
Kinda
danger.
scary.
Like, I love dirt biking. I've always tried to buy the best gear and just ride slow and ride careful. And thankfully, I haven't hurt myself
Do you
riding.
race?
But fuck riding
I
slow
don't
and careful,
race.
bro.
I don't race.
Yeah, I only do like trail biking.
I know. I do trails. I've
You
wanted
ever
to
do,
race
like-
all my life, and I've just like now I play guitar, and it's to the point where I'm like, I don't want to break my hands.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break my wrists and fucking regret it.
Yeah.
But
you gotta
what?
protect these weapons.
Yeah.
Parker and I, I have a mountain bike, and we did a little machinist project. Parker took on his crank because I fucked the threads on it,
Yeah.
and I did fix it, and just using the same part.
Word.
I'll have to tell you about it later. But anyways, we should go for a ride.
I would love to.
Do you have a mountain bike?
I love.
still?
I have a.
I
mountain
have
bike.
a few.
I've
Yeah.
got a Kona.
You want to go mountain biking?
I've got
you
a
want to go
Kona.
mountain biking?
I don't have a mountain bike, but
I can find you a shitty one.
word.
It's gonna be garbage.
Yeah, dude. I'm always.
Okay.
I
down.
sold
so
I sold
down.
my S Works this year.
Oh.
It was a really nice bike. We got race bike.
Oh, why'd you
Carbon
sell it?
everything.
Carbon
Because
everything.
you can't ride when you live in Calgary.
No,
like
but
when
you
I
come out to
Mhm.
brag.
when I live downtown, yeah, but I want a bike
Calgary's
that I
got
can.
Good biking.
What's that?
Calgary's got some good biking.
Yeah, but
It-
he has the best bike for Calgary.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's-
he does.
It
yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, Calgary doesn't have
Like mountain.
like what you can get out of a specialized S Works.
No,
You need to
God,
be
no.
hitting like legit trails with
Oh,
that
yeah.
bike.
You
And-
could run Moose Mountain hard on.
yeah,
that bike, though.
and like when you reach the end of the workday and you're like, oh, I want to get on my bike. You don't want to put it in the car and drive 45 minutes,
Fuck no.
ride, and then drive 45 minutes home.
No.
When you can just change your clothes and get on your bike and ride. And so
Exactly.
that's why I got
Yeah,
rid of it,
yeah.
was because I wanted something
Yeah,
rideable.
Calvin
Yeah.
has a sweet. It's like what? It's not a. It's a solid frame, but
It's
it has
it's
a
steel frame. It's a gravel bike.
a gravel frame.
Steel frame, carbon fork,
yeah.
some
that's it.
big wheels,
Yeah.
hydraulic disc
What's
brakes.
what's the gear range on it? Is it a
It's
two?
it's a 1x11.
one by classic one
Oh,
by
tight.
11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the thing rips.
Yeah.
Man, I've done like 850 kilometers on that thing this year.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Holy man.
Yeah,
I haven't biked much this year. Yeah.
yeah.
I
It's.
biked a shit ton, broke the bike, didn't bike much.
Yeah.
Starting to bike again.
I remember when you were thrashing that thing on our
Dude,
way to the lacrosse game, and
Oh
you just
man,
ruined it.
I couldn't wait. That's when it was starting to break.
Yeah.
And then I lost her after that.
The white bike.
No, I still have that. I need to. That's in the city. I need to go pick that up.
That's a nice one.
No, I broke the crank off, and then Parker made me a part. It was just a fitting that went into the crank that was threaded with a set screw. But because it's an aluminum crank, it started to wobble still, and then it ovaled out, and then the crank came loose. And once it starts to go loose, like you're fucked.
Yeah.
You
She's
can't do
game
anything as
over.
soon as that taper breaks. So what I ended up doing is like I just took it off. I pounded it through the other side,
Oh.
and then tightened it down onto it with a washer, and then that way I could clamp it. And like I should have done that from the start.
Parker's like, sounds sketchy, man. I don't know.
It's not bad. The only thing I would do differently is that if we could make another one that was longer, because it's a tough thread to make. It's a left-hand thread, I believe, or is it right-hand? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I think
It was just a weird thread pattern, but regardless.
that one was a right hand thread.
Yeah, they're flipped depending on which pedal.
Yeah.
they are orientated like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, if we could make that collar now just longer, so it pressed through.
Right.
I would have to get a measurement for you, but then you could it would press through, and then you could actually grab on and clamp onto that,
Sure.
and then just crush a little bit of aluminum
Yeah.
or bore it out so the washer fits in, and that would be cash money. I don't know how many threads I'm grabbing right now. That's the only risk. So I don't
Mhm.
want to do drops on it, or I'm gonna break my pedal off.
Yeah.
I have a current event.
Ooh, a current
If
event.
Let's hear it.
you guys want to talk about it, it's a pretty wild thing that's
Is it-
happening right
Is it
now.
ghosts?
You guys may know what's that?
Ghosts?
Is it ghosts?
It's
Wait,
not-
do you have any
it's-
good ghost stories, Ryan?
It's
No,
not,
I
it's
don't
not
really
ghosts.
believe in ghosts.
Oh,
I don't know if they. I don't.
Are ghosts real?
I don't believe. Like, I don't know if they're real or not. Like, I'm like, if there's evidence, I'd like to see it. Like, type
Okay.
thing.
Word.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could be convinced.
Yeah,
If there was evidence.
you at home, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
have evidence for Ryan,
Same
please.
with like,
send
same
it.
with like aliens.
Okay.
Or God,
Yeah.
God even. Like, if there's evidence, I'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it.
He's
Send
a
it
man
my
of
way.
proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a man of proof. Anyways,
We'll put
current
his
event.
email in the description, and
Yeah.
you
But-
can just
but I'm
send
not-
your anecdotes in. It's not evidence; they're all anecdotes.
But I'm
The
not gonna
comments start
disprove.
popping
Yeah.
off.
I'm not gonna disbelieve in anything either. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
Word.
yeah,
I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that.
All right, y'all.
Current event.
Calvin, what do you got?
You guys know who Brittany Griner is?
No.
Well, none of us have heard about this. Okay, so she's a WNBA player, who was
Basketball.
she was in Russia, playing basketball,
Did
and
she get?
on her, what were you gonna say?
Did she get like imprisoned or something?
She was well, so she originally got detained, for having 2 dab carts in her bag.
I did hear about
So
this. Yeah.
So she had two dab carts, and she got initially detained, and they were like, "We found drugs. This is illegal." She stays here. She doesn't go back to the U.S. until her trial, and then we'll make a decision. And her trial, she's in a Russian courtroom in a cage. They held her
In a
They
cage?
held her in a cage in the courtroom, man.
Holy
It's wild.
crap.
She's also black and gay, which in Russia,
No
that
bueno.
doesn't fly like amazingly.
Not allowed.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
no
you know.
from me.
Yeah, no,
Black
Wait.
and gay?
yeah. They're not fans of that stuff over there. And so,
Jeez, man, that's crazy.
and so recently, as in yesterday, it was her court date, and they did reach a conclusion. Now, I would like all of you to take a guess on the length of her sentence, because she was convicted as guilty.
2.5 years.
Okay.
Mind you,
this
where
is two
where is she being convicted to? I guess where's she going to be?
a Russian prison.
A Russian prison.
Yeah.
25 years.
Okay, we've got 2.5 years. We've got 25 years
What do
for
you got, Ryan?
two dab
I'm
cards.
gonna say 7.5 years.
You're the closest. 9 years.
9 years.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
she's in jail. She's in jail in Russia for 9 years.
9
Now,
years.
now the reason this is
No.
so no bail. Of course, obviously, it's Russia. It's
9
Russia.
years
It's
with
Russia,
bail.
man.
I would think that she's like a WNBA player, so she
So
could maybe
yes,
pay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
why she
So
got
so
absolutely
there
covered.
is an option here. The reason the Russians went hard with this one is because there's a couple of Russians in American prisons that are there for espionage and some some Russian stuff.
So
I'm
they
sure.
want to kind of trade,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure I could find.
prisoner for prisoner. You
I'm
know?
sure I could find. But yeah,
She had
that's exactly what it is.
weed.
She
Yeah.
had weed.
It has
There's Victor Bout is one of the guys in the United States. He's serving a 25-year prison sentence in the U.S. There's one other guy in here as well.
These are like Russian
Can't
spies.
remember his name. Yeah, people.
Holy
Well,
crap.
spies. But like
I mean,
also.
there's probably spies from every country.
Yeah.
I mean,
Spies,
Yeah.
criminals, Russian people who.
lot of spies.
It's for whatever
Spy
reason. For whatever reason, it's
Agent
in the
Goody
Russian
Banks.
government's best interest to bring them back to Russia.
Right.
And so Russia is essentially using Brittany Griner as a bargaining chip to get these people back. But you can't do that. You can't start prisoner trading because it's like giving in to like blackmailing and things like that as a government
Yeah,
or
that
like
shouldn't be a
hostages. You can't do that because as soon as you do it with one, then they're just going to start detaining Americans in Russia and be like, we want this person back, we want this person back, we want this person back. And all of a sudden, you've got dozens of Americans that are, wrongfully held in another country because the Russians now are thinking, oh, we can do this and get away with it. And we'll get our people back through this method.
It's interesting on how they approach this because with contracts and like agreements, you could make stipulations that this is a one-time agreement and that Americans should be prosecuted on American soil, blah, 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 blah.
You really think Vladimir Putin's taken that?
No, he can say no to that, and they'll go, okay, then we're not playing your game.
Yeah.
If they want to play,
That's essentially where it's at. There
if
are
he wants
offers
to
on the
play
table,
ball,
and they're
though,
not.
You would have to do it through proper legislation that can't be altered, saying that we're not doing this game.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it once, and sure, you guys can have one. Or something, but that's the only way you could do that, or you would just go no.
But legislation and international law are different things. You can make legislation in the United States, but it doesn't apply to the
how
Russians.
like things like legislation, like law, is leading into legislation currently, because when you go into courts and everything, there's a lot more changes happening where it's like, oh, but they did it in court. That means everybody can do it in court. There was a trend with like the plea and insanity in that. And so, yeah.
That one's usually pretty easy to see through. Plating
that one is, but it's an example of it, because that became a very, very typical use. That's why I got easy
Y'all
to
ever
see
seen
through.
the videos of people faking to be crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's wild
That's
stuff,
crazy
man.
shit,
Yeah.
man.
That's real wild
People are
stuff.
crazy.
And
People are crazy. It's a fucking Java lady quote where it's just like, crazy people can like just give out the crazy endlessly. Like they always have
Yeah.
it. They're just
Well, what this is these are people who have been caught for crimes they committed sober-mindedly, and then during persecution and interviewing, they act like they have a mental disorder to try and get off the hook, right?
Oh,
But then in
Yeah.
cameras, like there's
Yeah.
like videos of them like just being normal.
yeah, just like chilling.
Like when there's nobody in the room.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And
So
when
funny.
they show someone who is legitimately insane, they're like cold-blooded. They're not like rocking back and forth, being like, you know,
just-
doing
Yeah,
like
they
weird,
just sit there.
weird, crazy stuff.
They have
They'll
no emotion.
Yeah, they'll sit there, and the cops like, would you do it again? And he's like, absolutely, I would do it again. I have no regrets over this. I did it purposefully, and I knew the consequences.
Yeah.
And it's just like, whoa,
Yeah.
like that's someone who's fucked in the head.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
But back in the day, like you go way back in history, it would have been like, hey, I saw that dude kill a man, and they would be like, oh, cool, burn him at the stake.
Yeah.
And then it would just be, there would be no conversation there.
Dude,
And it's-
old punishments for crimes were
punishments are
epic,
whack.
bro.
Epic.
Yeah.
The guillotine, bring that shit back, bro.
Dude, you know, guillotine's like ethical, man. Unless it was a dull blade.
True.
Then
Unless it was a dull
and then
It stops halfway through the
This would
bag.
happen. This would happen, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
get-
stop
you
on
get
the spine.
Yeah, we get stuck. How would it? Oh my neck! Oh,
My leg!
You know, and everyone's sitting there is like it's like draining out of you, and you're just like, you know, screaming in agony as your like entire body's gone limp from this like glorified
Well,
butter
I'm
knife
sure it
coming through your
happened
neck.
more when they just had the axe, like the
Yeah.
axeman.
Oh, that's up to
And
the
when he
axeman,
like
I
he
feel
misses, like hits.
Could
your
you
head
imagine
instead.
the hype in the crowd when they would put like a witch on the table
hype
and,
in
be,
the
and just like
But
hundreds of like immensely misogynistic primitive men just being like, yes,
Finally.
it's time.
Kill that witch.
Well, that's
But I
what
think
happened
those are
with, like-
different times because like Salem was like 1800s.
Yeah.
Right.
Like medieval.
I mean, they
so-
were
Well, you go-
1800s. Yeah, it's not medieval though.
What was
Yeah,
what was
that's
that
what I'm
thing they
saying,
used to
like
do? Like
medieval.
stoning?
Yeah,
Where they would throw.
Yeah, they
would
just kill you
throw
with
fucking
rocks.
they still do that. They still do that in
still
certain
do
areas
that?
of the
It's
world.
not
I saw a
small
video
rocks.
not
It's-
long
It's
ago.
not
No.
small rocks. They throw.
They're
fucking-
big. Well, yeah, they're
I-
trying to kill you as
Yeah,
well.
they throw huge.
I saw a
rocks
child
at you.
molester get stoned on a sketchy video in India,
Really?
somewhere around there.
Dude,
I
there's a
don't know
lot
if
of
it was
sketchy
exactly India.
videos. On the
Yikes.
internet.
Yeah, it was like a
There's
live.
a
It was
lot
like a
of
live
videos.
leak
That's
kind
the
of thing.
internet,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's the internet.
it was something though. But like you don't really feel bad because you're like you like sexually assaulted a 2-year-old,
Yeah.
and like that's pretty messed up, and
Yeah.
you
That's
probably
pretty
don't
messed
deserve a
up
life
indeed.
after doing something
Yeah.
like that. But like, yeah,
I don't even know
it's-
what to do in that case. Like, I would literally be like,
That's a
I'm not
brutal
gonna
way to
throw
go.
a rock, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yep.
I'll
be like,
probably not
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll watch.
I probably will.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
Yeah, like that's just like that'd be such a brutal way to
Before everyone stones him, can I kick him?
can I kick him twice?
Yeah.
Just like kick
go.
him,
Yeah,
Right in the ball sack.
I'll get us started.
give him a
I'm
punch.
gonna-
yeah. Give me a paintball
Everyone
gun.
gets a punch.
Give me a paintball gun and a golf bag with some clubs and a bucket of balls, and send the man down range and let's play our chances. Well, what do you guys think the worst?
Modern
What do you
stoning,
think the
it's just
worst
a-
way to go is?
Worst way to go?
Worst possible.
I hear drowning's bad.
Suffocation.
I hear drowning's actually.
Suffocation.
Okay, but that's not that.
Or-
wrong.
I hear it's. Yeah, I hear burning
Burning
alive.
alive.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Bur-
but that's
burning
also
alive.
not very long.
Or mauled by a bear.
I think you just
Mauled by a
fall
bear would be
asleep.
horrifying.
I think mauled,
Like,
mauled by
eaten
an
bear would be
animal has
tough.
got to
Or
be
eaten
high.
alive. Yeah, eaten alive.
Well,
Skinned alive would
doesn't
be pretty
grizzly
bad, too.
bears like they don't they like kill you and leave you a little alive, or do they just kill you dead?
Well,
I can't
if they
remember.
don't kill you, they just like bury you for later. And then they
Cool.
come back.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I think by
Just wanna
far,
give it a taste.
by
Just a
far the
little time.
worst way to go would just be like deliberate torture.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Oh,
yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
inarguable, right?
It's
Yeah.
literally it's designed
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
hurt you.
To be the worst way to
Okay,
die.
better question
It's
then. If
designed.
you have to go in one way, and they're like, "All right, you got 2 days to live. You can walk, you can run, you can do
You get to
whatever you
choose?
want. You get to choose. You got 2 days though, and your body's just gonna give out. What are you doing?
Skydiving, no parachute.
Skydiving, no parachute. You're
Yeah.
That's
just
a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. That well, I mean,
That's an
some people
insta-death.
survive that though. Like, do,
Like,
You would hate to
do you get,
survive
do you get
that.
to do you get to pick the location?
Like Peggy Hill from King of the Hill.
Yeah, sure. You can pick the
'cause
location.
if you pick the
yeah.
location, then you can guarantee a death on impact. If you don't pick the location, there's a chance you're gonna land on like someone's roof,
marsh.
and you're gonna smash through the 2x4s
Yeah.
and like break all your ribs,
like,
but you're
yeah.
gonna land on a couch inside.
That's true.
I'm
Or-
skydiving into downtown Mumbai and just
Like
But you don't want to like hurt anybody, so you gotta just make it perfect.
like a
No,
superhero.
Parker's there for the fatalities.
extra points, right? Head first, you'd have to. I
Head,
think.
well,
yeah.
yeah, that's the
Lateral
goal.
damage.
I feel like it's pretty absolute if you go head first.
Like
Yeah.
like in
No,
Skate
just
3
like-
when
just-
you like spin.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay, what about you guys? What would you pick?
I mean, that's like an insta death, so that's like kinda
Yeah.
cheating.
I asked the question. I'll go last.
Wait, what the question was like a torture device, wasn't it?
No.
No.
Okay. You
Other way
sick
around.
fuck.
No,
Yeah.
I thought because we transitioned from torturing to like he's
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
yeah,
we
we
could pick a torture.
No, we went a
thing.
little more tangential.
Okay.
than
Yeah, a
that,
little
yeah.
more tangential.
God.
If you had 2 days to live, and it was like your brain's gonna just give out in 2 days.
Oh, and like, what would you do in those days?
Yeah.
Your brain's gonna give out. So like, why would I? We've answered these differently.
so
Yeah.
If your brain's just gonna give out in 2 days, are you saying we
Like
have
if
2
you
days?
have the exact
we-
time, I think I'm
So-
gonna do something
So
fun.
Parker's giving like he's killing himself
Well-
before he dies.
Okay, but
Like
yeah, but like,
15 minutes before.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, so
it's
you're-
inevitable.
but like it's
But
like
you
a
have to do
not
it
an.
while, like you shoot up heroin.
No, can you play guitar on the way down? Just
Yo.
strap it up.
Have you seen Steve-O skyjacking? Yeah. He jerks off it while skydiving.
You're getting close to the ground. You're like,
Buddy,
oh no!
Buddy comes in the sky.
You hit the ground.
I
after.
feel like maybe a slightly better way to like rephrase that question might be like after 2 days you will be like brutally
Incinerated.
tortured to the death.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
in order to evade that, you can take your own life.
Yeah,
You know.
sure.
So you can either
Yeah.
accept the torture to the point of death,
Yeah.
or you can take your own life. Me, I'm taking my own life. I don't want to be tortured to the death. I want to do something epic.
Yeah.
So what would you pick in that scenario?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It-
I wouldn't deliberately kill myself because I
But you
feel
try-
like that is.
You feel like you'd survive the inevitable
torture?
death by torture?
No. I would still die.
think
I would
he
still
likes it.
die. I would still die, but I would not like kill myself because I feel like if suicide, you're like something happens and you're like stuck or something. on
Yeah.
Earth or something.
I'm along
Like, I
along
feel like
these
it's a
lines
bad.
too.
It's a bad omen to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I would have something like maybe like a stampede of animals kill me or something.
Interesting.
Is that not still considered suicide though?
No,
Because like
because
that's
it's
like the whole suicide by
Maybe.
cop thing.
I'm
is
going
You're
the
not
other
killing
way.
yourself.
I'm going like similar route to you because I know for a fact, you can Google this.
Or get in a
16
car with a
people
drunk
have
driver
gone
or
over
something.
Sure.
Niagara. Yeah, 16 people have gone over Niagara Falls in a barrel successfully.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to see if I would be one.
How
and
many?
if I would
How
die.
many of them went over unsuccessfully?
A lot. Like a shit.
I want to know the
ton.
ratio.
But, like,
barrel club.
But yeah, but like if I could like join the barrel club and then be like,
Yeah.
oh shit, well I did it, and then just
well,
I saw a short documentary on exactly that. The
Really?
Niagara Falls
Yeah.
barrel fucking
yeah.
doers or whatever.
Yeah, well, the last
barrel
one who
fucking-
did it was just this
The
woman
barrel
back in
fucking
like
doers.
the 1800s. She lost her wife or her husband, and then she would just like went on this spree, and she was just like, "Oh wow, I think I can do it.
Yeah.
And she just fucking did it.
She just went on like a sick shit spree.
Yeah,
where
sorry,
she
what's the
doing epic
documentary
stuff.
on that?
Oh, I can't remember. It's on the barrel. Like it's just
It's
like a
on the
mini like
barrel.
YouTube video, like a 20-minute documentary
Yeah.
on like these barrel fuckings.
Yeah, these barrel fuckings. Yeah, there's a lot of people that died. There's like a shit ton of people that
Dude,
died.
that would be brutal, man.
What
You
about
like
all the people that weren't like written down, like the people like prior?
This
to,
is
like,
estimated.
1900s?
I would have to Google it.
Oh,
Do you
this
have a
is like an
computer?
I got you, bro.
Yeah. How
I
many
got
people
you.
have gone over Niagara Falls
like
in a barrel?
So I do
forestry.
want to really
Yeah.
quick point
It's
out.
it's an estimate,
Okay.
but
Yeah. So I think we actually talked about this exact idea on episode 3 of How
Oh,
Many
did
House
we?
Cats with your sister about imminent death, and you get to choose the way you die. How
so
would
I
you
should
do it?
I should talk to Martin.
I'm pretty
Or you
sure.
could-
And I think what we
should talk-
said that time was, or one of our answers was
Or you
driving a motorcycle full speed into a brick wall.
That's my answer.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
I wrap
yeah.
myself around a tree at
Yeah.
300
Yeah,
kilometers an hour. Yeah.
that or just
That's
like
the way to
go
go.
down the desert. You got to put your foot on the accelerator and snort the biggest line of cocaine you can until either the
Do
engine
all the
explodes or
True,
your
die
heart
by
explodes.
overdose.
Yeah, that's the other option.
Sure.
that's like if I reach 102, I'm doing all.
You're
the
doing
drugs.
all of these things.
Man's
No,
man's
all the
taking,
drugs.
Niagara
man's
All the
taking
drugs.
the
I think
biggest
Niagara
hit
Falls
of
might take
fent
you
that
away.
What's-
anyone has ever taken.
What's special about 102?
Because then I would have lived 3 different centuries.
Yeah.
The 1900s.
Oh,
the 2000s,
word,
and the
yeah.
2100s.
I just have to get to 100 and do this. I don't get to do the same. I'm an idiot.
Because
Yeah.
you were born 98?
Two,
98.
yeah,
Word.
I'm 2000, so I get to
Yeah.
see the turn of the century, get mad I can't play with Lego, and die.
Yeah.
I think I would go a day before I turned 100.
A day before, so you can always.
Well,
play
yeah,
with
because
Lego.
it's Kim Jong Un's birthday, and so I could.
They
Yeah,
have the
his
same birthday?
No, his birthday's a day before mine, and
Oh.
so I could share that with him. Be
I-
like, it's like a reincarnating cycle.
I have the same
Yeah.
birthday.
Word.
As
You
George
would like
Lucas.
to like to join him?
Yeah, like the flex.
Just to
Imagine
flex,
all
yeah.
the wealth and
Yeah.
Yeah.
riches you'd have
I
in
feel
North
like
Korea.
you're gonna,
Yeah, because
I feel
it's
like
a
you're gonna
sacred
spawn
day,
into
right?
Earth
Yeah.
again and be like, "Oh, where's that motherfucker?" And he's gonna be like in your class. You're just gonna be like, "What's your name? What's your name?"
Do you share a birthday with anybody?
I do not yet. Not that I know.
Me and
of.
him are a
Any
day apart.
celebrities?
We're a day apart.
Yeah.
We're super close. Do you know anybody with your same
I
birthday?
know one person, maybe 2. Someone I think I met once, but definitely someone from junior high named Jelena.
And this
I
is
have
the
no-
same
Definitely
year as
someone
well?
named Jude.
Same year as well? Or
Same-
just the same day?
Same year, same day.
Really?
Word. Yeah, no, I know one other person like that
Yeah.
as
Who-
well.
who are they?
One
His
person-
name's Jared Carrier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more about
He has
him.
the same name as me. I hung out with him briefly in high school. Like
Same
nothing
name as
crazy.
your same birthday.
Yeah, same
Are you
birthday.
guys wait?
I also
okay,
have
sorry.
the same birthday as
I-
George Lucas.
I was zoning. I was out there
Word.
googling this Niagara Falls thing.
Oh
but
yes,
Barrel fucking?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
What was
I-
barrel
I-
fucking like?
I will just, while you're on this topic of same birthdays,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're in a room with like 100 people, the odds that you don't have the same birthday as someone in that room is like tremendously low. Having a
Which
shared
is interesting.
having a shared birthday, there's some really interesting
Yeah.
statistics behind
That's
it.
right.
And the way the math works seems initially counterintuitive, but in the end makes a lot of sense.
Well,
I'm gonna have to-
365.
We're gonna
you
have to
should
come back
have.
to this.
Yeah,
on,
yeah. We'll come back. We'll come back.
I'm
Probability
gonna have
and
to do legit
permutations.
research, so this will have to
Yeah.
be an episode 7 thing along with wave theory. But there is really cool math behind what you guys are talking
Well,
about.
what it pretty much comes down
Fail
to
Paul's class.
is that there's a lot of birthdays are way more common than other birthdays. Like
That's what
there's
I was
certain
gonna
days
say,
of the
yeah, yeah.
year that not many people have a birthday
Yeah.
on, and there's other ones because like 9 months after
Valentine's Day, yeah,
Valentine's
that's what I was
Day
gonna say.
is a super common
Yeah.
birthday.
The
right?
statistics
And
don't
what's
have
the-
anything
A lot
to
of
do with
spring
that.
birthdays.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I
No,
know
it's
for
just
sure.
straight numbers.
I
on
know.
those.
It's all
I know.
numbers.
Yeah.
I know for
Yeah.
sure the statistics don't have to do with
No,
the
they
time
don't.
of year people.
There's-
play.
But
There's a
to
lot of
like to
spring
get the
birthdays.
statistics
enough.
closer, you would have to do that too.
Wa-
which would
Warren
be-
Buffett talked about this. I remember listening to him.
Ooh.
It's got nothing to do with the actual like time of year people are like doing shit, like
Yeah.
the Valentine's Day, New Year's thing. It's got everything to do with like if someone in that room doesn't have your birthday, then the
Yeah.
odds of someone who does have your birthday increases.
Yeah.
And as those two go like this, you reach this midway point
Equilibrium,
that
yeah.
that happens way sooner than you think it would.
And that's at
Where
100
Interesting.
people.
where your 50%
Yeah.
chance of having the same birthday as someone in that room happens after like 23 people or something.
Really?
That relates to sample size a lot.
It's
within,
extremely low.
statistics
Yeah.
and everything too. On just,
23
how much
was a
you need.
random number. Don't cite me on that in episode 7, please and thank you.
Yeah.
Between
don't.
1901 and 1995, 15 people went over the falls. 10 of them survived. Among the people who died were Jesse Sharp, who took the plunge in a kayak, and hey y'all, it gets better. It gets better. And Robert Overcracker, who used a what in 1995? What did Robert Overcracker go over the Niagara Falls with in 1995? Guys?
Water skis.
Take a guess.
Oh, water skis is pretty good.
1960.
1995.
1995.
90s.
Did he do a jet ski?
Ding 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 ding
Dude, that's baller.
ding. Robert Overcracker really outdid himself
a
on
fucking
that
jet
one.
ski. CV had 102 hitting it in a jet ski.
Dude, that impact would be brutal.
yeah.
On a jet ski.
Did he lived though?
No, man, he died.
Oh,
Damn, that motherfucker
He
was-
landed it.
Matt-
Buddy comes off the falls, does a fucking kickflip with the jet ski, lands on it.
Hi, I'm Robert Overcracker, and this is the jet ski jump.
Oh, that was gonna be really loud for him.
No, it's all good.
That's gonna be.
Yeah, man, dude. Yeah, Niagara Falls jumps. That's a next level of human stupidity. You know, that's Darwinism. That's Darwin. That's Darwinism. You know.
Did you know
at
Charles Darwin went around the world? Like he literally sailed around the world.
circumnavigated.
wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, Christopher Columbus, the ocean blue.
No,
No.
No,
Charles Darwin, the evolutionary
Charles Darwin.
biologist.
1842.
yeah, that guy. I thought he only went to the island with the birds, the finches. But no, he
Galapagos.
went fucking everywhere.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's all over the
He
place.
went everywhere.
He went everywhere.
The Galapagos
In the
Islands.
Galapagos Islands.
Yeah,
There's a turtle.
that's cool stuff too.
Yeah. No,
Who do you
he-
think, or do you know, who do you think is the smartest guy to ever live?
Smartest guy to ever live.
Or do you not know a lot of smart guys?
I do not know the answer. But I
don't
would
know the answer. I would put money on Stephen Hawking.
I would put
Yes.
money on Joseph Stalin or perhaps Adolf Hitler.
Yeah,
Um,
big cash.
big
there.
brain, please.
Big brains.
Yeah, those guys are crazy smart.
Yeah.
You have to be so bright to take over millions of people like that.
It is.
Genghis
That is
Khan?
very true.
Genghis
Genghis
Khan.
Khan was.
I don't know.
Do you not know the answer either?
I would think.
I don't-
Isaac
of course no
Newton.
one knows the
I would think
answer.
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton is
Or-
definitely ingenuitive.
Or this guy named von Neumann, John von Neumann.
John
He's
von
the
Neumann.
guy who invented the atom bomb. Like
Not
invented
Robert
the way-
Oppenheimer.
He invented the way that
He worked-
that you can like
how
actually
how to like crush the core. like the
Interesting.
plutonium.
Right.
to
Cause
actually
a
forge-
fission
Yeah.
reaction.
cause it.
And I searched him up, and he's invented a
Did
whole
you-
swath of things.
Have you guys seen the way that they fucking like keep things open back in the day when they were working on like nukes to start?
You're getting into some obscure physics here, bro. There's
Yeah,
some
no, but, like,
crazy stories
They
with this
would,
stuff.
but I won't get into the physics. But the idea is like if you close a shell around a uranium core or whatever, it explodes.
They just hold it open
Yeah,
with a
they
spoon.
would. They used to hold it open with a screwdriver,
Oh my God.
and they would just be like, "Oh, it's getting pretty angry in there when we close it like that." And they had a couple times where they dropped it. There was like 2 events where they pulled the fucking screwdriver out and like by accident, and the fucking core closed, and it began to react into a nuclear state.
fuck.
And they would literally be like, "Oh shit, we gotta grab it with our hands," get exposed to a shit ton of radiation,
The
blue glow.
and they would get super sick from it. But and nobody knew how to handle it back in the day because they went, "We could totally do this," and so they were like, "We can do it with a spoon."
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like it's
fucking
actually
insane.
nuts. Like it's all regulations. You
Dude,
just
they
like
used to experiment some crazy shit. Like
they were just dumb.
they were just
They were
trying to
just
figure
learning.
shit out.
They were just learning.
They were just trying to figure shit out.
What
Yeah.
what you're talking about, Otto, is called the Demon Core.
The demon core.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Demon Core was some like legit stuff, man. So Louis
Yes.
Louis Slotin was the guy who was part of this like infamous incident where they're like it's such high ionization rates that it lets off these photons that appears like a blue light, and so you're getting this like ionizing blue light as the guy's standing behind a lead shield lowering this thing down with a screwdriver,
Really.
and it slips, and there's 4 other people in the room, and it slips, and it drops down, gets really blue, and starts to hum, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, this thing's going to explode and kill everyone around me. If we don't get rid of this, it's gonna be absolute nuclear meltdown. So he grabs it and pulls it off, knowing that that's what he has to do. He's knowing full well that he is being exposed to a very lethal amount of radiation in doing that. He lifts it up, pulls it off, says to everyone in the room, drop your keys and your wallets where you are and leave. And I will stay here, because he is so radioactive that he will be a danger to other people. At that point. So the wallet and
I'm sure the guys in the room would even be affected, right?
Yeah, well, they were.
They were, and that's why the wallet and the keys were dropped. So the reason he told them to do that is to mark their position in the room, so you can calculate how much radiation they experienced in their terms of their distance from the demon
they can
core.
Start to calculate how long they have.
Smart man.
I don't know because I know. Well, he was,
he dropped the demon core with a screwdriver. He ain't that smart, bro.
No, they were the scientists working on it.
He had the forethought to say, like, hey, we should measure this radiation.
Sure. Because they were testing at the time too. They had no idea when
they were low
America
clueless.
Dropped the nukes. They were like, let's try the nukes.
Well, I was also reading about, like, they in the Soviet Union, they would, like, test nukes on, like, civilians, like, civilian,
really,
dude.
Like, populations.
Pre-Cold War Soviet Union research is worthy of an entire podcast on its own.
It's crazy. In like Kazakhstan,
the Russian sleep experiment.
Yeah.
What's that?
I read somewhere.
It's a YouTube rabbit hole.
I read somewhere that wasn't actually real.
It's the credibility is up in the air. It's not. Okay. Yeah, it's like there's some pictures that they're like, we're pretty sure these are real, but like the story could like not be what the actual.
Can you spark notes the story?
It's basically like they keep these prisoners and they like try to keep them awake as long as possible and see what happens to the human body.
What the fuck?
They use a chemical to keep people awake, and it's something else. It's some kind of gaseous form. That they pump into the room
just to stimulate the brain.
Just to
hit a meth.
From
just
sleeping
a whisper.
And there's not like very good documentation of this.
Like some of them that they would like put solo, like they just isolate the person,
isolate and stay awake.
Well, they started eating each other, which was a bit of a problem.
Guys in the room, so that's
interesting.
Why
eating
they
themselves.
Isolating.
Interesting take.
Yeah, and they got like heavily addicted to the sleep drug, and they take them off it, and they would freak out
and like start ripping each other apart and stuff.
Yeah, disemboweling themselves. Like, and
they couldn't go to sleep after.
It's terrifying. Well, just let me get you the picture. Let me get you the picture of what one of the humans looks like, and sleep is the least of the problems, man.
Yeah, they looked wild. Yeah, they were like all shriveled up.
By the way, the smartest man to ever live was said to have an IQ between 250 and 300.
But IQ's kind of like weird because like who's doing the IQ test and who's the arbiter of what is the highest IQ?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not a great measure because IQ also is not directly proportional to intelligence.
Right. That's the main thing.
But it's a benchmark. It's a common
benchmark. It's intuition to some degree. But
so who is?
The guy's name is William James Sidis, the most intelligent man to ever walk the earth, supposedly. Child prodigy, exceptional mathematician, master at multiple dialects, and gifted author at a very young age. So
did he invent anything or like have any theories?
Probably
had some thoughts.
Let's find some more on.
Yeah. He just nailed the IQ test.
Oh, wow.
He was just like, I'm good on the IQ test, boys.
I think I'm pretty smart.
William James Sidis created a constructed language called Vandergood in his second book, The Book of Vandergood, which he wrote at the age of 8. The language was mostly based on Latin and Greek, but also drew on German and French and other Romance languages.
Dude,
at 8 years old.
Dude, at 8 years old.
How many people speak this language?
How many people speak Latin?
I don't know, man. You're testing my Googling abilities now. Could you, man? When I was 8 years old, I was like hitting animals with sticks.
I was coloring the Flash in a comic book.
Yeah. I was like sneaking handfuls of chocolate chips, after dark, kind of thing. But this guy was creating languages in his not first novel but second novel.
Yeah, the first novel that was in the works at 6 years old.
Yeah, he only wrote it in English and translated it into 9 different languages himself.
Oh
That's
my
that's a
goodness.
that's,
He wrote
it's
one
minor-
novel and went, man,
minor achievement.
isn't this language just too constrictive?
yeah.
Couldn't I
This is
just
si-
Yeah.
this
make
is
my
simply
own?
not good enough to express the
Yeah.
immense thoughts in my brain.
Here they are.
Who's speaking tongues?
He's been that boy's spitting.
Speaking tongues. He's spitting beans.
Yeah.
All right, so Parker, we are gonna need this image to be added on.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to
Yeah.
walk it up
This-
to the
the
camera?
sleep
To the-
man?
to the
Yeah.
edit. Yeah, man, I don't even like looking at this. It makes
Well,
me.
it's like it's supposed to be like a creepypasta, the image or whatever.
Yeah,
This was definitely done. 100%.
Is that
Oh,
a
yeah,
real
but
There's
license?
no way they
But
didn't
essentially-
do
But I
hang
mean,
on,
like,
let's
the
go
image
back.
is so like iconic. It's like a
Yeah,
It's
all
like
right.
a creepypasta.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
let's.
it's such a fun concept too because it's just like, do you
We can
wanna
pass
stay
this
up in
around.
bed
Everyone, take a look
tonight?
at that glorious
You've
image.
probably seen it, maybe.
I might
That's a
have.
living human being.
That is indeed a living human being, as far as we can tell. Like I said,
Yeah, but, like, Again.
Oh,
it's not
I've
that-
seen that image.
Yeah.
That is like the hallmark image for creepypastas.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, walk it up to the camera.
No, I'll throw it in.
Okay, wait. Where do you give a
Edit
break?
it.
Wait.
Edit it.
This image was from
Edit it.
2018
Edit
of
it.
my grandma staying up
Edit
for
it.
49
Edit it.
hours. Don't look too closely. She gets a little stinky.
Edit it.
Oh man. Yo, but so this one lacks the credibility, but the Russians did do
Yeah, they did this shit for
a lot of awful things.
They did
man.
do a lot of weird
Well,
shit.
This is awful shit.
Like this one is like
Weird shit.
it might have happened, but like I have my doubts. It's a really fun story to entertain because of how messed up it is, and then you look
Yeah.
at that picture and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. But there was really some.
There's
They
some
were
fuck
using
shit in
prisoners.
there.
They were using prisoners for
Oh,
like
yeah.
really fucked up
Yeah.
experiments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like lock like 2 criminals in a room and just feed them a random chemical and be like, let me see what happens to you.
Yeah.
Well, you
yeah.
know the mausoleum.
What happens
like,
next?
Yeah. Jimmy
Lenin's,
made this in
Lenin's
Snowdale.
body is still like preserved.
Yeah, that
Who's
doesn't.
this?
I mean, he
Like
named a city
Lenin,
after himself. It doesn't surprise me.
I don't know his name. full
Lenin.
name.
So did
John
Steven
Lennon.
Seagal, actually.
The guy who is communism, Leninist.
Oh.
Like that guy.
John.
John Lennon
Is it
is
John
a
Lennon?
Beatle. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
John
so the
Lennon's a
Beatle John Lennon, who also
Yeah,
loves.
he invented communism.
Yeah. Wow, they preserved his body. They were literally like, let's embalm
Yeah.
this motherfucker.
Yeah, and he's still there, just
Mm.
like in perfect.
Is there secretly a little pyramid they built in that city
I'm
just
not
for
sure.
him? Does he have
There's
a
a
tomb?
glass box around him.
Really?
Yeah, you can people go and see.
Vladimir's the first name.
Vladimir.
Yeah, Vladimir.
It's fucking.
Yeah.
Vladimir or Vladimir?
Vladimir.
Ah.
Vlad the Impaler.
'Cause there's also Vladimir.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude, they
Yeah.
got some crazy names over there.
Could you imagine being like, all right, seems everyone does their part. Now, give me a tomb. Now, give me a.
But the thing about all those communisms is like, was it real communism? Because like you have a guy at the top. Like,
No.
if it was real communism, it'd be like a tribe, right? Everyone's contributing to the
Yeah.
tribe.
Mm-hmm.
That's communism.
Yeah,
True,
no,
yeah,
they're
true,
going
yeah.
like an Egyptian method where they're like, man, look at what people can make. Look
Okay,
at what
look,
people.
but I mean the practicality of true communism is limited because everything in practice needs an organizing body,
Yeah.
and you can't have communism in its purest form doesn't have an organizing body. The people itself are the organizing body,
Yeah.
but I mean
didn't work.
Canada's got 36 million people and we're like
And I'm
small,
not advocating for
you know.
communism.
Yeah.
No,
oh yeah.
no.
No. I understand. I understand. It's just like there's
thoughts-
never been
Yeah.
an example of
Yeah.
true communism
Right,
because
exactly.
true communism is like it's so ideological that it's really
the only
not
thing I would say
attainable.
is true communism would be First Nation culture.
Yeah, like
That,
tribes.
yeah, and a legitimate tribe, and that works on a smaller scale.
Even they have leaders, though.
They do, but they're
But
leaders.
they're more like wisdom leaders.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
more you
Pass
come
down
for
knowledge.
guidance.
You're right. It is
Yeah.
definitely more
Yeah, man.
communist.
They
And the
had their
spoken
they
word
had their
was-
shit figured out, man. In terms like,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a limited in capacity. Like it works in small groups fantastically. But
Yeah,
that
that's the
concept where you can have something happens, any kind of issue, and you say, let's all sit down and let's talk this one out until everyone's happy. That was how. There was no set law. There was no set rules. There wasn't a Bible. There wasn't anything like that. You know, you'd all get together and you'd hash everything out. It's a consensus until everyone, you know, you make compromises. Certain people make certain sacrifices. Other people make other sacrifices. You come to the same page, and then you all move on. That
it's interesting.
Imagine we would have flying cars if we could do that, man.
But that concept doesn't scale at all.
No,
it
it doesn't. It's
It
interesting to see, though. I noticed, especially through COVID, there was a lack of community developed, because I remember back in the day you would have like community meetings and stuff, and like that all shifted a little bit, and I found from there's been more bylaws and shit like that, because everyone's been like, I just don't like the way that they are, and they go, okay.
Bro, could you imagine a Zoom call with 36 million people for the
no, and that would never work. But like theoretically, if you had,
It's just white noise.
it's just white noise.
Hey John, can you mute
sound
your
like a
mic?
COD lobby?
Which John? John's dead. He died a long time ago.
Are we talking about John 1, John 36, John 3042, John 500,640? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Otto, you had something to say.
Tape
Yes, thank you.
316.
Popeye's biscuits.
Someone's playing the piano.
Anyways, yeah.
I need a soundboard, dude.
It's meme
Yeah, we
town.
need
I definitely need a
Yeah, get a
soundboard.
soundboard.
Dude, buy one.
I keep
Yeah.
thinking about that like every episode. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I need this right
Yeah,
now.
bro, buy a
Yeah.
soundboard, just plug it into the fifth
do
input.
it,
Get like
Yeah.
a keyboard
Do it.
with the karate sounds, like.
Dude, how many sounds your keyboard?
Oh, dude, there's that thing could be a soundboard.
could be a
on
good
its own, man.
soundboard.
There are a lot of sounds.
Can you
on that thing
import
already.
sounds
You
into
can.
it?
Probably.
Yeah.
You just need to get a program. And you
Yeah.
just have like.
I can
Your
get a
MIDI
program.
will also make as many sounds as you want.
Yeah, man.
We're here talking podcast.
We're talking
tech.
podcast.
Yeah.
We opened
love
this
it.
one with a little Korg drum machine here. It's a little synthesizer.
Yeah.
She's sweet. Yeah, we'll get off the podcast talk. That's not for you. That's for our.
No, that's for everybody.
I'm not.
That's me.
I'm not done yet. You know that video with the puffer fish when they're feeding them the carrot.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah, I'm not. they got a puffer fish and they're feeding him a carrot. Feeding him a carrot, and he's eating the carrot, and then he chokes on it and goes, oh.
you know the
that
video?
clip right there. Yeah. I need that sound on a soundboard, man.
Yeah.
You know what else is a fucking great one? Is
What?
the one of Sully going.
Yeah. Or it's the seal, and it just says it sounds like leg, but it's just like.
Yeah, man.
that.
A meme
I also like the-
soundboard would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Can we? Yeah, get a
And
little.
Oh.
And
Have
he
you-
moaned at least this loud. Oh.
God, this is peak podcast.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that meme of the guy like all methed out with no hair and he's like doing this?
Parker's moving his hands in the air very
He's doing like-
frankly. Yeah. Calvin's grinding his chin.
There's a more recent video. Like he's recently doing.
Is
that.
he
Yeah,
really?
I
Oh,
did- I did see this.
No
as
way.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know. Wait, I
The
didn't know
wa-
he had updates.
Yeah,
The-
no,
the
yeah,
rave
update
goat.
of him doing that.
Did
again.
he get his own camera?
No, it's like him. Someone's recording him doing it like at like a wedding or something.
I like
No
the
way.
hand motion of someone's recording. it.
Someone's recording it.
Fucking guy's grinding his teeth.
Geek
That's
and-
the heart.
Oh, that's one of my
I changed my
favorites.
mind. We don't need a soundboard. We have 4 people making memes on the
Yeah.
spot.
Can we
Hey
just-
guys, it's hour 15. Quick break.
T game.
Yep.
T game.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I do actually kind of have to get going.
Word.
Because I mean, I hate to be this guy, but I'd planned on 7 to 9, and we started
Yeah.
mildly after
Yeah,
7
7.
o'clock. So I do need to get going.
Word.
So this is gonna be it for me for round 1 of the podcast. But I encourage you guys to fulfill the conversation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Word up.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Word up.
thank you for your time, everyone. Enjoy these 3 in the next 45 minutes.
Calvin's
Bye-bye.
leaving.
Goodbye.
See you, Calvin.
Bye, Calvin.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Back in the
Calvin
driver's
has
seat.
left the chat,
Oh.
regrettably.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What does the Skype sound like?
Something like that. I don't
They
know.
don't use Skype anymore. That kind of just.
I know.
died.
What happened
Yeah.
to Skype?
It just.
It got replaced by Discord. Bro.
Discord.
Was
yeah,
Discord the
bro.
killer of Skype?
I don't know if it was directly, but it's definitely its replacement.
Yeah, I remember MSN back in the good
I've never
days.
used MSN.
Really?
The
Dude,
first
No, me neither.
the
You
first
missed out.
social media I got into was Facebook.
Really?
And I don't use Facebook.
The first was MSN because my sister was like, "You're gonna love this shit," and I was like, "This looks lame." And then I got Snapchat. Yeah, first was
Yeah.
Snapchat. I was on that
I got
fucking
Snap for a
yeah.
bit.
I got Snap for a bit.
I stopped using Snap too. I just kind of stopped using kind of most social media because, like, I was trying to figure out other stuff to do.
Yeah. I remember the reason I got Snapchat. I was fighting it. I was like, I don't want to do Snapchat. Like, we got text and call, right? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck Snapchat?
What the
for?
fuck? Why do you
And then
need
there was
pictures?
there was this girl.
Yeah, that's why you need pictures.
And then there was this girl, and all my friends were like, "Hey, you know she has Snapchat." And then she came up to me and she was like, "You know I have Snapchat." I'm like, "Guess I'm getting Snapchat."
Give me 20
Yeah.
minutes. I gotta go
Yeah.
sign
Yeah,
up.
and I've had it since. You know.
Yeah.
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 Nice. First Snap friend.
First Snap.
That's
friends,
the way to
yeah.
start. That's the way
That's
to
what
start.
got me into it. Man.
Yeah. Was she hot?
Snap is very useful for
Yes.
that. Yeah, communication. like that.
Well, the Snap is very useful for that. Snapchat is so funny. Cause like the younger generation, like my cousin, I'm like 21. I'm a fucking idiot. But anyways, my cousin, she's still in high school, and they use Snapchat to like find friends now.
Yeah.
Really?
They just
Weird.
like they'll just go through and they'll just like quick add people, and then they'll just be like, cool, I
Hey,
can talk
what's
to them.
up?
Literally, they just made Snapchat Omegle.
Weird, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But also like a little bit nerve wracking. But like,
Yeah. Are you an avid TikToker?
I'm actually an avid nothing. I use Reddit. But I do love seeing people show me their TikTok, because just the algorithm, just seeing someone's just like, what just makes your brain happy?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it makes me so happy to see.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you guys heard TikTok's fucking terms of service agreement?
No.
Yeah, I
Dude,
heard
it was
Joe
just
Rogan
on Joe
read it.
Rogan's
Yeah, he
podcast
really-
with Theo Vaughn. He goes over the
Dude, that
fucking
one was so
TikTok
good.
terms of agreement.
Give me the highlights.
Dude, they fucking
They have
take
access to, like,
everything.
media.
They
Like-
take all your files, all your pictures, all your
Off your
fucking,
phone?
all your
Yeah.
data. Yeah, and you know what else TikTok does too? Is because you have TikTok on your phone, any device that is connected to the same Wi-Fi as your phone, it scrapes
Oh,
data
yeah,
off of
from,
those
like,
devices
Really?
as well.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
Wi-Fi.
Alexas and everything, all your home data, your
All of
Nest,
it, your
all of it.
computers.
Any Google Homes too. So anything
Yeah.
you're saying.
They know
to
how
it.
many fucking trophies you have on PS4.
That's fucking hilarious.
Isn't that whack?
That's whack.
That's insane, bro.
That's nuts.
I've never had TikTok, never downloaded it once.
So
Yeah.
interesting
I
question
downloaded
then.
it for a little bit. Yeah,
I
had
downloaded it for a group.
I had it for like a year.
Word.
Like,
Yeah.
I gave it a good shot.
Yeah.
But then, like, the reason I got rid of it was I was like, kids use this, and I was seeing a lot of like weird
Shit.
shit
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna support this.
Well,
Yeah.
because it was funny. My friend, she was just like, "Yo, you got it. You got to get this. You're gonna get it, and then like there's gonna be a little bit of a grind period before it figure out what you want to see."
What
Yeah.
you like.
And I was in it for like, I don't know, like 3 months. TikTok had no idea what the fuck to give me. It was
Yeah.
just like, it was like, you like dogs, and I was like,
for
yeah,
me
but like,
too. I didn't really have any.
Yeah, but I don't wanna
that's the
just
tough
see
part.
dogs.
It doesn't know what to
Kinda
do there.
everything.
Yeah.
And so it got to the point where it was just like, I think you like trucks, and I was like, I don't like trucks.
I'm not a fan
I
of
don't
trucks.
like trucks.
I like the song, maybe.
Yeah,
but it was
yeah, and
like,
it's literally
not a
just
fan
like
of
life is a
trucks.
Yeah.
highway. You just keep fucking playing it. You must like trucks. So I gave up. I just deleted
Yeah.
the fucking app, and I was like, this is horseshit.
Man, I had an ex-girlfriend that was like ruthlessly trying to get me to download TikTok. I was like, listen, it's not happening.
It's-
And it was
just
just
send me
like
the link.
she wanted me to download that app hard. I was like, listen, I know this is bad news for
Bad
me.
news bears.
Like,
Yeah.
have you ever woken up in the
It's
morning and
addicting
like
as fuck.
open up YouTube Shorts and you're like, holy fuck,
You
like
can kill
that's
2
that's
hours.
45 minutes
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Like,
Dude, that's what
it's just like you
TikTok's
don't
like.
even notice. It's
Yeah.
That's what
fucking
TikTok's
horrible.
I like Reddit more for that.
I don't like YouTube Shorts.
I
It's the
don't-
same thing as TikTok,
It's
right?
the same
There's no
thing as TikTok.
difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And same with Reddit. Like they're all the same idea, but I like Reddit a little bit more just because I always hop into live streams.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Reddit's just like you only like music shit, and Reddit knows. But it gives me fucking live streams, and I'll wake up in the morning. I told
Yeah.
you this before, but there's this dude on Reddit, Ryan, and he is I don't know what ethnicity he is, but he's kind of like this. I don't know. I'm gonna generalize, and I don't even feel like it, but he's like a Spanish mix. So he's very upbeat, and like his music's very rooted in funk and everything, and he just fucking loves it. And he gets on the mic and he's just like, "Good morning." He's just like, "I need food and water," and then he starts making a beat, and it's just.
I feel like I've seen the same guy.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, because I sent the link to you. But anyways, he like comes up. He comes up in the morning, and I see him at 6 a.m. every day. And so like I start my morning, and he's literally just like, "Time to make my bread," and he's just like, boots, boots, boots. And that's the shit I need because he just like he goes through this crazy jazz loop where he does all of the rhythm, and then he'll lay down like this funk beat on guitar, and then he'll be like, "That's pretty good." And he's just like, the way he talks, I just love it. And it just like fills my heart with such joy. And I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, man, let's make this bread. Let's get this water.
Dude, I do miss Reddit a lot. Reddit was great for so many things, like exposure to just like so many different cultures and stuff.
It is
and then also like
still, though.
because I'm like social media free for about 8-9 months now.
Oh wow.
Besides YouTube and Snapchat, right?
Yeah.
And Spotify or whatever.
I don't even use Snapchat anymore.
I got rid of Reddit because I was like, it's all like great stuff. Like there's not a lot of garbage on Reddit if you're not looking for it, right? Everything you're seeing is like good shit. Yeah. But I was spending like 2 to 3 hours on it a day. That is such a waste of time, right?
Yeah. I needed one of them. I found I wanted something, and if I tend to scroll through like YouTube Shorts, like you're saying. Yeah. I'll scroll through that for hours, and I never mean to. Yeah. But I don't want to get rid of YouTube because that one's powerful for me. I learn a lot from it.
Me too. I love YouTube.
And so I've just decided, like, I started Reddit fresh, and I was just like, I'm only gonna pick communities that I actually fucking care about. Yeah. And I'm not gonna get memes. I know I want the memes. We'll get one meme community. And then it'll be like, it's just gonna be like engineering shit. It's gonna be guitar. It's gonna be like this, that, science, financial, and we'll keep that stuff that's gonna help me if I just like I'm browsing through and I'm like, okay, that's new and useful. Yeah. And then I'll leave it. And then if I burn 2 hours, I hope I burn it in a rabbit hole that's actually beneficial.
Yeah, for sure. That's the one thing I liked about Reddit because I was wasting a lot of time of my day on Reddit, but like at the same time, there was always something like kind of took away from my time. Yeah. On Reddit. Yeah. But
my favorite thing too,
still not a great use of time.
A guilty pleasure of mine is just I can't remember what the community. It's like something tangents or something, but it's just random fucking Reddit posts. I just scroll through that. And I'm literally like, what's out there? Yeah. What the fuck is going? And you find like some gold shit in there. It's
definitely.
Like, it's just like spider killed dog twice ? And I'm just like, okay.
2 liter explodes and stuns dog.
And then the next one's just like, finally found a cinnamon bun recipe I like, and I'm just like, this is good. Yeah.
Me and Calvin showed Ryan the 2 liter explodes.
Oh my god, yeah. If you feel daring, go on YouTube and search what is it?
2 liter explodes and stuns dog. I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, watch at your own discretion. It's a video. It's a video. The dog is stunned.
The dog is stunned.
He's stun locked.
He's stun locked. Yeah, like armor locked, but like dog version.
All the cars were stunned as well.
The cars beep.
Yeah.
Yes, the only thing I use now, I spend a lot of time on Twitch and YouTube now, so like that's.
Oh yeah, Twitch is good too. I like live streams.
I like live streams and like live conversations. So like
I'm happy we're in podcasting.
I like dialogue.
Yeah, I end up in podcasts a lot, and then documentaries I'll always watch on YouTube while I'm working. I'll throw them on another screen. I work from home. I cheat. Yeah. But.
YouTube documentaries are great.
YouTube documentaries are awesome.
Much good stuff
and they're funny too because sometimes I find really good content. I'm literally like, all right, they're playing GTA, and then I'll just.
Dude, one of the best YouTube documentaries I've seen lately. It's called The Art of Walking.
Oh.
Fucking guy, he hikes the PCT Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail in the United States from the Mexico border to the Canada border, right? It's like a 6-month hike, right? Yeah. Like it's like 2,000 kilometers kind of thing, 3,000 kilometers, whatever it is. And the guy, he documents it all, and just like, dude, the editing and the storytelling of this documentary was just absolutely top tier. Like It's called The Art of Walking.
The Art
It's
of
definitely Netflix quality. It
Really?
was so
yeah,
good.
and it's just a YouTube channel.
And I mean, like, I love hiking.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you guys
I
hike,
love
but
hiking.
yeah,
Love
dude,
hiking.
that
I don't
fucking
hike
film
much,
was
but
so good.
I
Man.
don't mind it. I don't
Yeah.
hike much though.
Yeah.
Word.
Honestly, the biggest thing I need to do with hiking, I just need to get.
I've just never had anyone to go with. Really.
Word.
Well, there's
yeah, I'll
that,
invite you out.
But just for myself, I already have a camelback. I have a way to like carry water
Yeah.
that I like. And the thing I just need to do for myself is just ball out on a pair of hiking shoes.
Yeah, word.
And do it once.
need a
Like
good
I'm not
pair.
growing anymore.
Yeah.
So I can get like a nice pair, and then I
Yeah.
feel like I would actually be like, yo, let's go hiking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend like I know how to hike now.
Word. Dude, I had this pair of hiking shoes. Still have them.
Yeah.
They're like a full size too small for my feet.
Really.
And so like I was ripping them on day hikes, right? No
Yeah.
problem, right? Like
Yeah.
taking them on like 6, 8, even 10-hour hikes, right?
Yeah, and
Not
you're
a
like,
problem.
My feet hurt at
And
the
then
end
I
of the
went
day.
backpacking
Oh,
with them.
no.
Fucking a size too small.
Oh,
Dude, I literally just hike in my Vans now.
Really?
Yeah, dude, like, cause it's just that bad. Like,
Yeah.
I can't fucking do it. I'd rather literally
There-
hike in my Vans
I
than
see-
my hiking boots.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like just running shoes
Yeah.
isn't that bad to hike.
Running
Yeah,
shoes
honestly,
are actually,
yeah.
but the thing, you just wear them out fast.
Yeah.
Whereas if
true.
you get like a nice pair of hiking boots, you can have them for a couple years.
well,
Yeah.
But like
Especially
honestly,
if you're hiking a lot.
yes,
Yeah.
and like that's the thing, and I'm so bad for that. I buy like one pair of shoes, and I'm like, okay, cool, slip-ons.
Yeah.
Now I'm ready to hit the trail, and
Yeah.
I've done some summits in just like the worst fucking shoes.
Yeah.
And it's less so that, but you walk with people and they look at you and they're just like, "Do you have bear spray?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And they're like,
Somewhere there.
"Okay."
Is
And
it
you're
in the
just
bottom of your bag?
Yeah. And I'm like, "No."
You can get these like bear flashbangs. These
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bear-
Yeah,
they're guns.
dude.
They're
On the
literal- yeah.
last hike I went on, fucking my buddy Peter, he had a flashbang.
Yeah.
We went up to the top of this mountain. There's nobody up there.
And he
so
just
he's
fucking
like,
popped it off.
"Yo, you want to see what the bear flashbang sounds like?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yeah, let's do it." Right?
Yeah.
Fucking guy just like pops it off into the abyss, right, out into the sky.
so funny!
Yeah. And it just fucking, dude, the sound it made and the
Yeah.
explosion, it was so cool.
Well, I've seen some.
I've never seen one
Oh man, it's
actually
so
go.
cool.
I haven't seen one of those. That's really cool. I didn't know there was a flare style.
Yeah.
My uncle has
Yeah.
one. He dirt bikes with it, and it is it's literally a 22 cartridge. That's just a blank.
Oh,
And so-
interesting.
and it looks like the most rickety piece of shit considering you're just firing a gun
Yeah.
off, but it's just a barrel and like an arm pin, and so you can hold it and you can fire off a blank shell if a bear gets close to you, and you can just make a noise that they know isn't typically a good noise.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, that's a hurt noise.
Yeah, let's not.
But it's just a blank, and it's called a bear banger.
Bear bangers. Yeah, they
yeah.
also have like these little, like, you pull it back. It's like a little, that big, and it's like you put charges in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I was just talking about.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we fired. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's. I didn't know that you had one that you could shoot at range though,
Mhm.
because that would be very effective if
Yeah.
you could like have a.
You got to
Did
be
it-
very careful with them though, because if you do end up in a situation where you need to use it
Yeah.
and you fire it on the opposite side of the bear of you,
Yeah.
then the fucking guys coming.
The
full
bear's running
speed. Yeah.
towards you. Yeah, no, you want to shoot it at the ground. You want to shoot it at their
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
I would
Right in front of
imagine.
them. Right
Yeah.
in front of
You
them.
wanna make sure it blows up between you and the bear.
Yeah, yeah.
It's paramount.
Yeah. Well, same with bear spray, because that's like if you use bear spray and the bear's coming downwind from you, then you
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
lost in a bear attack.
Yeah, bear spray scares me because it's like, okay, I have this bear spray, but if I need to use it, like,
Have you ever?
that's a
felt-
scary situation.
bear
I'm
spray.
not
No.
confident in this bear spray.
Have you ever used bear spray before?
I have not.
No.
No.
I have.
Yeah.
You don't want to
On
use
a
bear
bear?
spray. No. Thankfully not. But I had an old can, and it had expired, and my dad was literally like, okay, it's expired, so like don't use it.
Yeah.
But like you can still carry it with you. And so that's what I carried with me when I would go by the house. And I was young. I was like fucking 12, and I was like, I'm gonna shoot it at a tree, just to like see what it was like.
Yeah.
And the wind was going the right way, but I shot it out of the can, and I still got a little bit on my face, and I was literally like, I cried for about 30 minutes still.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit, if you had to dump a can out, in an actual like bear attack, you're done too.
Yeah.
Like the bear and you are on equal ground, and if the bear still wants to win, you're blind.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Also, oh my god, I used to work at a gas station, and I was talking to my coworker one day, and she worked up in McLean Creek, which is this off-road park, and she was like, "Yeah, no, just another day, another $1. These two guys came in though, and they bear sprayed each other." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And they were like, "Yeah, we called the ambulance for them because they were just coated." And they were just like, "We need to wash it off," and they were like, "You can't wash that off."
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. It's 10
part
times,
of you now.
No, it's pepper spray is 10 times weaker than bear spray.
Yeah.
But it's
bear
the
spray.
same compound.
Yeah.
Capsaicin.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like when you get bear sprayed, you don't want to get bear sprayed. You
Yeah.
don't want to get bear sprayed.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. But I've heard stories too of like people being on horseback and using bear spray, and it fucks with horses for a long time, for like a full day, and they especially like broken horses will be okay with it, but like a non-broken horse, if you have to do it and you're training a horse, it's an event for a fucking horse too.
Oh, dude.
Because to stand by you is like a massive thing.
Yeah.
And then for you to be like, "No, it's okay, we're just gonna."
Yeah.
Well, apparently,
it's
like
insane.
when they race horses, like apparently if they break their legs, they have to put them down or something. Like
Yeah.
in like professional horse
And
racing.
professional, well, because the horse, like its entire life is just like, all I know how to do is
Like,
run.
well,
Yeah.
So they just a lot of horses die in horse racing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because they break their legs, and then what exactly is the science behind putting them
there
down?
isn't a
I
science.
don't know. I think
There
they
isn't
just
a
put 'em
science.
down.
Oh, really? They just put them down?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
oh,
because,
my
like, I have no purpose for this horse.
I
Bye
think
bye.
Like
That's-
prize horses don't go on.
Yeah.
That's definitely going down because like I've had horses throughout my life, but they've always been rescues.
Yeah.
So I haven't
Okay.
paid for horses. I've paid a lot of money on horses.
I don't think
But,
I've
like-
ever ridden a horse.
Really?
You've never ridden a horse?
Oh, it's
Wow.
a wonderful experience.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, I've had the privilege. I've gotten to
Maybe a donkey when I'm a kid.
a donkey.
Maybe.
Oh man, I wish I had horses. I would take you for a ride. We had this wonderful horse. His name was Gunner, and we were watching two horses, and they were both quarter horses. And Gunner fell in love with Honey. That was our other horse, and they were like adorable. They would hang out together, and they were just like you couldn't separate them. And
Gunner and Honey.
Gunner and Honey, and you couldn't separate them if you tried. So I at one point I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take Gunner for a ride. I was 15, and like he was pretty wild. He was pretty
Right.
close to the wild side, and I was just like, no, we're gonna go.
Wild Gunner.
Yeah, and he was older too, and as horses
Okay.
age, and especially him because he was used to a very comfortable life, he wouldn't go out that much. We'd ride him a couple times a year and take care of him, but he wouldn't get ridden that often. But I was just like, no, I'm gonna go take this horse for a ride, and I took him out
You
and
like saddle up and everything.
oh yeah, saddle him up. I like I put everything on him. I know I was gonna go take him to the arena and go like practice barrel racing with him just for a bit. And I take Gunner out, and I leave Honey there, and Honey is so mad.
She's pissed.
She is pissed. I've never seen a horse more upset, and like I didn't want to separate them, but I do need to train them to be separated in order to take them out independently.
Right.
Because I don't want the other horse running around beside me. I could do it. I probably should have, but I didn't. Anyways, so I left Honey there, and she was like booking it.
Sad.
And like we have like 7.5 acres, but she's like
taking my fucking man.
yeah, she's running. She's cruising up and down the lot, and I like take this horse out, and I'm like, let's go. And I run him down. I take him down to the water. We have like beautiful trails out there you can ride. It's out in Bragg Creek. But anyways, so I take the horse, and like we go for a good ride. But he's getting mad, and I don't know if either of you have been on a horse when they get mad. It's so fucking funny. Okay, when they first start getting mad, they start leading you into trees. They just start
Really?
purposefully leading you into branches,
to,
and
like,
they're
knock you off.
yeah. And so like of course he started doing that to me, and I went, okay, let's go in the trees then, and let's ride fast through the trees. And then you just get down low, and you gotta like ride the horse. But like we ride, yeah, you're dodging branches, blah blah blah. They're trying to get you off. But I did that with him, and then he was kind of like he was huffing, he was mad at me. He was just like he started to buck a little bit, and I went no fucking way. I'm gentle with horses, but I was just like, you are no way we're doing that right now. He did that twice, and I was like, all right, let's go home. And I got on that horse, and I literally was just like, run. And he knew the way he came. He knew the fastest way to get home. And that horse went as fast as he fucking could.
Really?
Oh yeah. Me on top of him, just crouched down, just like hanging on for dear life. I had both hands on the saddle. It's a Western saddle. I can't ride English for shit. But anyways, I had both hands on there, and he just fucking cruised home. He gets in, I pull him in. I'm like, whoa, we gotta slow down. He was going to jump the fucking cattle guard. He was lining up for it. I was like, we're not doing that today, good sir. They did do it a couple times, those sons of bitches. Yeah. Honey was a show jumping horse, so she would just jump the hook fence fucking anytime she felt
really.
Like it. Yeah, it was bad.
High jumps.
Yeah, she was a good horse. She was a great horse.
Wow.
But anyway, so I pull him in. I take the saddle off. It was hot that day. Not hot. It was about 25, 27-ish. But the sun was on him on the entire ride home. And I pulled the saddle off him. And no shit, that horse was steaming.
Really?
I was literally just like, holy fuck,
wow.
You wanted to get home, good sir. And I take everything off, give him a bunch of oats. And I was just like, go get him. And he runs up and he just starts trotting around, honey. And was literally just like, guess what I did? I'm home. I'm back. And they went and ran up and down and went and played in the water. We have a little creek in there.
Wow,
and they went and got water. And I was literally just like, all right, I'll ride you another time. And I never rode him alone after that. I would always bring someone out on honey and be like, all right. But after that, I was like, I can ride Gunner. I'll fucking get on Gunner. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. That's a beautiful story, man.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
Awesome.
Yeah. I love horses. I wish I still had them. But fucking hell. Yeah.
Well, no horses.
No horses at the moment.
I have ridden a horse
Have you
a handful of times. Yeah, never full speed like that.
Oh man, it's a time.
I've trotted a horse around a handful of times.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah. It's always there's I don't know. I always think about my car as a horse.
Yeah.
Just because I like to think of the old days a little bit.
I love driving.
I love driving.
Driving's fun, man.
Right? And I got to ride horseback all the time, and I got to enjoy a horse. And now when I have a car, I'm just like, I'm gonna work on my car. I'm gonna name my car. I'm gonna treat her nice. I'm gonna be like, we don't want to treat the car bad, but sometimes we're gonna drive the car hard.
Harder than we should.
Yeah, harder than we should, but that's okay. Sometimes they steam. Yeah. Sometimes they.
Yeah, all three of us have driven stick at one point for daily driver. So am I. Yeah.
What are you driving right now?
The Civic.
Yeah,
the same one?
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. So
that's like a 1.6 liter, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking tight, man.
Did I drive
hella
that car?
fuel efficient.
You might have.
I came close to driving that car.
Maybe.
So Ryan and I were going to a party once.
Yeah.
This was back in we were at State together.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. All three of us were. But we were going to Evan's party, one of our friends, and it was the middle of winter, and we were just like, we need to bike. We're gonna bike, and the roads it's sleeted beforehand and then dump snow, and both of us were on mountain bikes, or I don't know what you were riding.
To Evan's party?
Yeah.
Out at his place?
Yeah. No. Oh, that was a different story.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh my god, that was when I was driving. I was driving standard. I was driving.
The Jetta.
Yeah. No, but this was.
Was your. That was a Jetta, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a Jetta when we. That's a different story I'm thinking of. Sorry, first one. I'll come back to that one. But no, it was one at State, and we just had to bike there.
Oh, yeah. And I fell off the bike.
Yeah, and he
destroyed my.
Where
knee.
in Calgary were you biking to?
We were coming down. It was in this
Memorial?
park,
No.
and it was Confederation Park. And so we're whipping in, and it goes this big downhill into this valley.
About a mile north of State.
Yeah, of State, of the college in Calgary. Anyways, so we're coming down there, and it's this winding path. And I'm coming into it. I'm sliding, trying to brake, and I'm like, "Whoa, it's a little slippery." And I look behind me, and Ryan is just he proceeds to just eat fucking shit.
Oh,
literally, bike comes out underneath him. He's cartwheeling over the bike, And I come up to him and I go, whoa, we got to keep going. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
And Ryan
So
goes,
we did.
my knee hurts a lot. And we look at his knee. He like brings his pants up in the snow. The snow becomes red. We pull the pants down.
We're like, okay, let's get to the party. And
Yeah, and we're
Get
like,
it
we're
back.
not going to the party anymore. We turned around and went back to your house. And I remember we sat there for a really long time because we were like smoking weed that night.
Did
And we were like,
I think no, we went all the way to the college
No, we didn't go.
because we
turned
wanted
around.
to get Band-Aids from the
Did
gas
we
station.
go all the way to the
Yeah,
fucking
because we
college?
went to see
We
if the
went-
gas
we
station,
did.
the
Holy
gas station
fuck,
had
we did.
Band-Aids. But he was like, oh, you gotta pay for Band-Aids. And
And
I
we
was
were
like,
fucking
dude, look at this.
We were
and then
so fucking
I was like, my knee was so bloody, and I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I just need one Band-Aid or
Yeah.
like something. And
I
he's like,
had
no.
no money in my bank account. You didn't either.
Yeah,
We
and
couldn't
we're
afford
just- we're
fucking
like, fuck
Band-Aids.
it, we'll just go
Oh,
back to
no.
my place.
Yeah, and we like went
And
back to
then we
his
biked
house,
all the
and
way
we
back.
like we patched him up, but we sat there for a really long time because I just kept looking and I kept asking Ryan. I was like, hospital, and Ryan would just be like, nah, nah. And I think the next morning you came in, and like that was I almost drove your car because I was like, okay, like we were smoking weed, blah blah blah. It's a snowstorm. I probably shouldn't drive right now. But like, do we go to the hospital? Do you need to go to the hospital? And you were just like, no, I don't need to go to the hospital. And like, it was a Friday or some shit. And then on Monday I go to school and Ryan comes in and he's like limping in. And he's just like, I go like, man, how's the knee feel? And he was like, man, we should have went to the hospital.
Yo, that's so funny, dude.
I wonder if I still
So,
have it.
yeah. Do you still have the scar?
Not really. No.
Oh no,
Oh,
it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what knee it is.
Yeah.
He knows what.
Fuck,
knee
dude.
it is.
Bro, we should have gone to the hospital.
Yeah,
It was like fully
Oh,
open.
so
Oh yeah, it
good.
was bad. Like I looked at it, I was like, "That's at least 3 grains of rice. That's
Yeah.
hospital time." And you were like, "Nah."
Yeah, we good. Damn, that was a big.
Yeah.
That's at least 3
And we
grains
were like
of
sitting on
rice.
your couch too that night, and we were just like we were playing some. What were we playing?
I, don't
I think
know,
we were
Super
playing
Monkey
Peggle.
Ball or something.
No,
Or
we were.
Peggle.
Yeah.
Peggle, yeah, probably Peggle.
Yeah, we're playing Peggle Adventure, and Ryan like he's just sitting still, and he just goes. And I'm like, man, how's it doing? And he's just not good. And hospital? No.
I'll ride it out.
In that exact tone of voice, so I trusted him. So I just.
You gotta love that, just like sitting still, like.
Yeah, that good tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah. So anyway, so we went to a different party, and it was all 3 of us. And who else was in the car?
Maybe.
Was it just the 3 of us? Or
When
was
we
it-
went to Evans,
Yeah.
that Dylan was in the car.
Dylan was in
yeah,
the car.
Dylan was in
yeah,
the car.
we gotta get Dylan on the podcast.
Yeah,
Dylan
Dylan's
on
coming
the
on the podcast.
When you gotta come back when Dylan comes back, or come back. I don't know when I come back. I don't even know when
Yeah.
can I come back.
Always.
Good. Anyways, yeah. So we were driving out, and it was the middle of February. So where we live, Bright Creek and Calgary, it's up in Alberta. Blah blah blah. It
Yeah.
snows a lot in Canada. And I was driving this Jetta. It had 394,000 K at the time on it.
Stick shift.
Stick shift standard, original clutch. So it's,
Wow, original clutch with
clutch.
400,000 K.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, we drove it nice. We always drove it nice. My sister could drive standard. It was her car before me. I could drive standard. I'm not sure. But anyways, we both drove it very nicely, and I never burned that clutch out. Before we left, 3 months before we left, I took it to a shop, and they went, man, you got at least 2 weeks on that clutch. And I went, right on. So, and I
That's
drove it
all
for
I
another
need.
year, parked it. It still has a clutch.
Wow.
So, it still drives well. But anyway, so we're driving out. It has all seasons or summers on the back and shitty winters on the front.
Yeah.
It's a front wheel drive, light as air. It's a 2-point slow. And we go out on the road, and there's at least 2 feet of snow.
Oh yeah, dude, it was
There's, like-
fucking
There was a lot.
blizzarding that
and
day.
it's terrible out. Terrible out.
You guys remember how many cars we saw in
Yes.
the ditch on the way there?
I
There was like one
remember-
every kilometer and a half.
I was driving. It
It was
was my
crazy.
car, and
Yeah.
and I don't know why the fuck I kept driving, but we were just in
We
the car.
had to get there.
We had to get there for no reason. It was a party, and we were just like,
Yeah.
man, if we don't get there, we're just
Evan
what
will
are
be
we
so
doing?
disappointed.
Evan's gonna be so mad. So we're driving, and like it gets worse because we're going out to Bragg Creek. We're getting closer to the mountains. And as you get closer out there, Chinooks and just like a bunch of downpour happens because it's in like at the opposite of a rain shadow. I don't know how to describe that, but anyways, so there's a lot of moisture that accumulates there, and it's getting worse and worse. And we pull up, and there's like this grouping of cars on the road, and I stick my head out the window, and I'm just like, yo, like.
Yeah.
Can we drive through here? And they were like, I wouldn't. The snowplow got stuck. And we were just like, all right. So we turn around and we go down a back road. It's 762. It's this really, really sketchy, windy road that doesn't get paved.
Yeah.
It's a gravel road.
It was
isn't
so
it?
No,
deep.
it's not gravel,
It's
but
not,
it
it's
like
paved.
it recently got repaved because it was basically gravel. It was so atrocious. And we were like cruising down that. There was no tracks. Didn't know where the road was. We had the music
It
ranked.
was just
All
white.
of us were like
It was
singing
just
like
white.
it was just white.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're just singing just like fucking hymns, just like I don't know, but. Anyways, we pull up, and like, what did fucking Evan say when we got there? He was just
He was
like,
so
I was
surprised
like,
that we
I
got
didn't
there.
expect you guys to
Yeah.
come.
yeah, no, I was talking to him after too, and he was just like, man, I was ready to get in the truck and come find you, but I didn't even know where to start looking for
Yeah.
you. Because there's no service down 762.
Yeah.
I didn't tell either of you boys that, but there was
Yeah.
zero cell service. So we were just like out there, and I was just like, man, I hope the car doesn't stop driving.
Could you imagine?
I don't know how did I end up driving that day? I think I just went, I can drive.
I think we hopped in the Mazda because I had it parked at Sate.
Yeah.
I still had the Mazda at that point.
Yeah.
And then we drove to wherever your car was parked, which was in some like underground parking lot.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
some
yeah,
random
yeah.
place in the
Yeah.
northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we hopped in your car,
Yeah.
and I was in your parking spot,
That's so funny.
and then we just went. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit. Oh, the lighter's in my head. Yeah, holy fuck. Yeah. What a fucking ride. Well, we also left the city.
And then we
were
put cheeseburgers on the campfire.
like, yeah, we were, the
I
stove
still have
we-
that picture of us putting the
You have to
sandwiches
put
on
you
the
have to
fucking.
put the picture in the description.
Yeah, it was on the fucking camp. What's that thing called? The wood stove.
It's a
Yeah.
wood stove, yeah. It's for
Yeah.
heating houses, and we were like, dude, the top gets so hot you could like make grilled cheese on it.
And we're like, Evan, do you have cheese and bread?
yeah,
He
and
was
he
like,
got
yeah,
on
bro.
board. And it was like at his parents' house too, and like his mom comes downstairs and looks at it, and she's like, "Why are you burning cheese on top of the wood stove?" And we're like, "Cooking's fun. We're so good at cooking." It's covered in dust.
That was a fun trip, and then we ended up staying in the attic above
the
the
pen-
garage.
the
Right,
penthouse
right.
attic.
Yeah,
And we
like a
watched
studio-
fucking Cars, the movie.
Did we? Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, we watched the Cars movie. We were all
Holy
fucking asleep
Oh, yeah.
before the end of it.
Oh yeah, no, I was hammered that night.
Oh,
That's-
were you?
Oh yeah, we were drinking
I
that
think
night.
I got a little bit drunk.
I only remember getting a little bit buzzed.
Oh no, I went, Evan, are we sleeping here? And he was like, yeah. And I went, oh. And it just.
You remember that Rob guy that was in Evan's class that ended up puking on the floor of the basement?
Yeah. Oh my God, Ryan, were you at the party that Evan threw up at?
I think he threw up at a couple.
Oh, yeah.
But do you
But the one
remember?
where I threw up like on the beer pong table.
Yeah, that's the one.
That was a
Yeah.
great night.
And then the
We
fucking
were-
guy takes his arm and just scoops it
Into
with
the
the
garbage
fucking.
can.
That was
Oh.
my first real party at Say.
That was a
That was and that,
That was the first real
that
one.
was
eh?
the first one that like, and especially that was the first one I met you guys at. Because my roommate Chris brought me. That's where I met these boys
Right.
through.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like the first one I went to, and it was the perfect college party. There was a beer bong, and everyone was there. I love trade schools because there was a chef there. What was her name?
Natea.
Natea.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because I used to work in a kitchen, so I would just like I would just
couple
chef
chefs.
talk to her. Yeah, I would do chef talk in there, and they just like they would eat it up because we were drinking, and she would just be like, I would be this 19 or 18-year-old boy,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, can I do the beer bong? And they would be like, yeah, you can do the beer bong, and then they would give me instructions, and I would just be like, yes, chef, and they would be like, damn right, and I would just be like, pour a bunch of shit in it. And so we get like super drunk and we're walking out, and like Evan's like, he's leaning over, he partied harder than the rest of us,
Yeah.
and he's just like, he just goes, man, I feel weird. And then he just he just starts like tipping over, and then just like out of nowhere he just kind of like sits up, and we go like, how do you feel, Evan? He goes, and then he just throws us on the table. And then I felt so bad for the man, because he goes, fuck, I'm a mess. And like I love drunk people for this, because he just takes his hand and he just starts moving it around with that and a Solo cup.
He's like playing with it.
And he's like,
No, because the funniest part of it is that he started to puke and he grabs his empty red Solo cup. Like that was gonna fix it, right? And he pukes into this red Solo cup, and it just instantly overflows.
But I mean,
everywhere.
he gets so many props for trying. Like,
Yeah,
grabbed the
dude, props to the
container.
guy. 100%.
Yeah.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta
know?
go, and that's the tough part. And I literally was just like, I turned around and I can't remember who I was. It was Chris, because he brought me there. And I looked at him and I was like, do I have to deal with this? And he went, nah. And I was like, all right. And I was like, I'll see you guys later, because I was saying goodbye as it happened, and I was just like, perfect.
I think we
I
all
got-
left when that happened.
Yeah,
we all just like.
That killed
I think
it.
It's time to go.
Yeah, that's the end of the night right there.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, was that ever funny?
That was a
All right, boys. We're just over 2 hours.
Oh my god.
What do you say we?
Fuck
Oh
we wrap it up?
wait! I have one question for you, Ryan.
Sure.
like
If you were
questions.
in an arena setting to the death, and there was a bunch of house cats coming at you as a group, they're gonna fight you the way they want to. How many house cats? How many house cats can you take before you die?
Well, you could take out. Well, if they're all going at one time.
One time,
that's-
they're coming at you.
Holy
They're
shit.
a pack of house cats.
Probably about 12 cats.
You think
You
12
think
cats?
12 cats,
You think
dude?
fucking 12 cats?
Maybe.
This guy's a fucking animal. Thank you all for listening.
All right, good call. I almost missed it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
dangerously
I said
close.
4 cats.
I nearly
Oh,
lost
I
the
own
mortgage
4
on the
cats.
house. Got a
do you
divorce.
think you can take 4 cats?
I think I can take 4 cats.
But like, what
4
if
is
you don't
doable
keep-
with some luck, for sure.
4 is definitely.
He
doable.
thinks
Yeah.
12. Wait, I got to talk about this for a second. Can we
Okay,
go
word.
over
Yeah,
on
yeah,
time?
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
12.
What? How?
Well, I mean, four seems bearable enough.
But no, 12.
I'm-
Talk to me about
I don't
the
know
fight.
if I've seen 12 cats though.
Yeah. Talk to me about
Like-
12 cats coming at you.
Well, I mean, you can really take one out with one kick.
Okay, can you talk about 11 cats coming at you because you think you can win?
That's
against 11?
arguable. Because
A cat with one kick.
I
Yeah,
don't think
because-
I don't think you could kill it.
because the
but it
thing
would-
is with
but it wouldn't
cats,
want to
right?
go at you again. I don't.
No,
think.
no, they're like hungry.
No, that's the
They're
thing.
like
They're hungry cats.
They're hungry.
That's the thing with cats, right? Is because they are super light, so you can easily kick it, right? No problem. But because they're so light, they take that impact like
But
it's
if you're gonna like,
nothing.
if you can like
Yeah,
stomp
yeah,
a cat,
you have to like snap their neck to get the
You don't
fatality
think
in a way.
Good kick could take out a cat.
or a good,
I don't
like, if
think
you, like,
so.
What if you jump at the cats and like land on a couple?
Yeah, that would do it for sure.
A land on
That's
a cat.
that's the standard stop,
Hold
drop,
on,
and
you
roll
might,
technique.
because I said 4, and now you're making me reevaluate.
Well, now I'm rethinking because Parker says a kick won't take out a cat.
I know. That's
Because
what
they're
I'm
like they're
thinking.
5 pounds,
Okay,
right? So
'cause
you
here's-
kick it, and there's like it's like kicking a beer can. It doesn't get hurt.
This
Yeah,
is
but
my
I
point
couldn't
of
imagine-
reference.
I guess if I kicked one of my cats, it would be fine. Like,
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
probably you
I
probably
don't wanna
accidentally have
kick one of
kicked the
my-
cat.
I've accidentally kicked some.
Okay,
Like
it's
it
not your
probably
cat.
it probably hurt them, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would
Right.
injure them enough for
Yeah.
them to stop attacking you.
No,
Yeah.
no. So
But
my
what's their motive? Like,
their
do you
motive is
smell
they're
like
hungry
meat?
and
Yeah,
you
they
smell like
they
meat.
want your blood.
Yeah, they would like to eat.
They
you
want
tonight.
Ryan
You smell
Goutbeck
like
dead
tuna
on the
or
floor.
something?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
their
yeah.
motive.
We doused you in tuna.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you're
okay.
doused
You're,
in
you
yeah,
stink
yeah,
like tuna.
yeah.
Well, and the
we
other
made you
thing,
smoke
too,
weed, but it
is-
was just catnip.
Yeah, the other thing too is that cats have a really good killer instinct.
Oh yeah,
That's like what
that's
they're
the
fucking.
only thing they like to
That's
do.
like what they're known for, right?
Yeah.
So like they know to go for the neck,
Right.
like
did you
right
know,
away.
Did you know that if you die in your house cats will eat you in time?
I do. know
Really?
that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they'll go like, oh shit, he's dead,
Wow.
They'll just
But
start.
they'll
dogs
wait. They'll
won't.
wait a couple weeks.
They'll wait a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'll eat you.
But
Yeah.
then they're hungry enough, so they'll eat you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, it adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're
they were
starving cats,
they were
sure.
supposed to feed you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, they're gonna kill you. So the house cats. My point of reference is we had a Bengal cat, and it was a rescue Bengal as well. We get rescues, and some of them are fucking tough. Anyway, so this cat was not a friendly cat. It did not like being inside. All it wanted to do was be outside. The funny thing about Bengals is they're worth a shit ton of money. They are worth way too much money. I don't know how we ended up with this cat. We got it for free. If you want to buy one, like as a kitten, like $5,000
Fuck.
Right.
or $5,000 plus.
Right. It was
Rare cat.
Rare cat.
Rare expensive cat. And this thing looked like a cougar. And my dad, it got out one day, and my dad went to grab it, and he
Is
grabbed
it
the cat.
sizable?
It's like a cat. It's a good sized house
It's a
cat,
good
but it
size
was
cat.
lean.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like built or anything. Like it was a lean house cat. But the claws on it were insane. And he grabbed the house cat, and it literally was like, okay, I'm gonna tear apart your arms now.
Yeah.
And it went at his arms like a scratching post. And he literally came inside and was like, it's hospital time. Because the cat, like I don't
Well, I
have photos
guess
on
if
me,
I'm
but,
fighting Bengals, that's a different story.
it depends. So my question now is like, what is the power of a regular house cat? Because that is technically a house cat.
Right.
Right. I don't know.
But you could also get an ocelot, right?
Yeah. So I guess
Those are
it's kind of like getting a pack of Timbits. You don't know what's in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna
So you don't
say
know.
Probably then I'll.
Some
probably
cats are
say-
created more
I'll say
equal than
like
others.
six.
Yeah.
I'll say 6 cats then.
6 cat. I think 6.
2
is
groups
fair.
of 3. You
That
could
was
do it.
my first answer.
Was 6 cats.
6 cats was my first answer.
I like
and
your
maybe
first
7.
answer.
6.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not convinced of it. I think you have to get way too lucky to take on 6 cats, especially if they're 6 like
Bengals.
good fucking cats.
Well,
like
'cause
not
I
the,
went-
not the dumb retarded ones.
You know, Parker. Ryan brings a good point up, which is feet. Because when I think about fighting house cats, I go, okay, one's coming, I'm gonna kill it right away, and then it's just 3 cats. But if you have feet and you like grab one and stomp one, that means that you can do 5. Which means like if I'm fighting to the death, I can do 6.
Yeah, I mean because I think 2 cats is easily
I think
doable.
6.
I think I can handle 6 cats.
Because 2 cats is easily doable
2
no
cats
matter
is,
what, right?
Every day. Every
The
day.
more I think the more cats you add, the luckier you have to get,
Yeah.
right?
But when you're fighting
you're,
to
like,
death, you only have to be
insanely
lucky
lucky-
once.
Right?
So like,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because like
Well,
if
you
you
have to be lucky
3
every day.
you have to be lucky every day not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I
Word.
can take on 6 cats.
Yeah. 6
If you
cats.
have 3 cats and you don't catch any fatalities right off the bat, and
You're
all
fucked.
3 of them get up to here
Yeah.
on your torso,
But Parker, you're a quick
what are you
guy.
gonna do?
I
right?
think you're taking a cat down, even if you
right.
have
So
one
I,
on your
I
shoulder.
feel very
you throw it
confident
off
with
your
3.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Catching 1 quick fatality off the bat and banking my survival off that. 4 is possible, probably
But
not
cats-
probable
The thing is,
for me.
cats don't. They're not pack animals. So
No, they're gonna
they
like.
wouldn't.
True.
They'd all attack at different times, or maybe
Fair enough.
maybe a couple. Would
Even
go
if
at
they
it
do
once.
attack together, you're gonna know like, okay, guard my arms, guard my neck.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're gonna target. So let's just fuck off with that and do what we can. And I feel like 6.
6.
I like 6. I like your original answer.
Word.
6. Or 4.
Yeah.
4 is guaranteed.
Yeah, 12
6
is
One
a
I
little bit
think
too much.
also
12 is bold.
yeah.
12 is fucking bold.
I
mate.
think also once the adrenaline and the survival instinct kicks in, like once
Yeah.
they get a few claws in
Yeah.
like your area or whatever,
I
then
honestly,
like the adrenaline's gonna kick in and you'll just be like ripping skin off your
Yeah.
neck, taking these cats off.
Yeah,
right?
my friend
Yeah.
Caroline asked me this question, I think. It was a long time ago, and I was like, how many 13-year-olds do you think you could take? And I feel like I could take like 12 13-year-olds. But like, I don't think I could take 12 house cats. I don't know why they're sharper than 13-year-olds, you know?
13-year-olds is tough.
Because 13-year-olds you can take out with a punch.
Yeah.
There's some fucking dude.
Like,
There are
You don't have to kill them.
You don't have to kill them.
Yeah.
I could lights out a 13-year-old.
no, dude. It depends, dude. Like
Yeah?
my time in martial arts, there are some killer fucking
Oh, fuck.
13-year-olds.
See,
bro.
and that's the thing is there's some killer
Like,
house cats.
That's the
There's
thing,
some
right?
fucking killer house cats.
There's some 13-year-olds that'll fuck me up, like
There's
no
some
problem,
13-year-olds that fuck me up.
easy. They weigh half my weight and they'll just fucking cinch me up and I'm done. Like
Damn.
I can't do. They're just too slippery.
how many
They
how
have
many
too good
Training
technique.
For fucking
Yeah,
12
like
years.
since like 7 years old kind of thing, right?
Okay, so if you have a random scale of 13-year-olds from like it's a 13-year-old to like holy shit, he's a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
How many
Mike
can
Tyson,
you take?
13-year-old?
Yeah, how many can you take in a legitimate fight?
How many
Because like I don't know.
How many Mike Tyson 13-year-olds?
Yeah. Do you think you could take?
One.
Do you think you could take a Mike Tyson 13?
No, not even one.
No.
Pulling all the stops, right?
Pulling
like
all the
gouging
stops.
the eyeballs,
Yeah. You're
twisting the
prison
neck,
fight,
like
13-year-old.
everything.
Mike Tyson though.
Dude,
Depends on the
Mike
13-year-old.
Tyson at
Like
13-year.
What was he like at 13?
a world
Oh, we
champion.
lost our Calvin.
He was a world champion.
Was he at 13?
He was fighting in the ring, I think, at 13.
Oh fuck! I don't think I could take him.
Or like he was going to like fights where people were like, "Get the fuck out of here! He's
Yeah.
not 13."
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
dude, there exists lots, like not just a small amount, but lots
of
of
13.
13-year-olds that could fuck us all up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I think I'm losing. So what's the age?
I think like 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
After that, like they can start acquiring some
I
like
always-
high level skill.
I always feel like
if
that
they
when
dedicate.
when I'm snowboarding. I always feel that because I go out and I like hit like a kitty killer,
Yeah.
and it will be one of the like large size jumps in the
Yeah.
parks, and I'll be like, damn, like we did like a little 180 off that.
Yeah.
It's okay. And then I like look back and it's a kid.
There's this
hugging-
9-year-old doing
yeah,
a
just like
backflip
gorking, and I'm
360,
just, like,
fucking lands it,
Yeah.
going 70 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I know, dude. It's
and it's
crazy.
like I can never tell that kid
Yeah.
what to do. That kid can snowboard better than me. I
Skateboarding
don't
too.
even-
You go to the skate park
Yeah.
now.
Dude, there's some 10-year-olds that know what the
Holy
fuck is
Yeah.
up, bro.
Holy
Dude, there was this
shit.
fucking. I went to the skate park like about a year ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just there, have a good time, have an afternoon of skating, right? There's this like 10 or 11-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
Just tearing it the fuck up.
Oh,
right?
I love that.
And
Shit.
there's a bunch of us guys that were all skateboarding or whatever.
Yeah.
Never met any of them, right? We were just kind of chilling.
yeah.
We were hitting this rail, right? This 10-year-old kid comes up and he fucking does a feeble grind on this
Whoa,
rail,
fucking
right?
hell.
I don't know if you
Shit.
guys know what that is, but it's like you have your back truck on the rail and the front of your board is hanging off the side, right?
Yeah, it's like one
and he-
wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And he's kind of just doing
Just
this feeble,
chilling.
right?
Yeah.
And
Just
then like
chilling.
all of us guys, we're all like in our 20s and 30s, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, did that fucking kid just feeble grind?
Yeah.
And the fucking kid's like, you want me to show you how? And we're like, bro, yeah, dude,
Yeah,
show us
yeah,
how. This
yeah.
fucking like 10-year-old kid puts on a clinic at the skate park, and we all are landing feeble grinds.
Oh my fucking god, that's
Yeah,
insane.
he
Dude,
got us all doing a feeble. It was
That's
insane.
I love that because like I don't know what it is
Dude, I
in that
haven't even
age
grinded
bracket.
yet.
Yeah,
In that age bracket, you just have that like that tinge of confidence of just like I know I'm young.
yeah.
And like
Yeah, that's what it is.
I fucking love it because I was 17 and I was with a group of my friends all the same age as me. And there's like girls, boys, and we're like hanging out, like hitting vapes, like whatever.
Yeah.
And like no kid is like I would never approach that at like that age. I would just be like, nope, I'm good. They're
Yeah.
older. And this kid, like my friends were trying to learn how to skate. And they were just like doing dumb shit on skateboards. And this fucking 10-year-old rolls up on a bike and goes, "Can I kickflip?" And we go, "Fuck yeah, you can!" Like nobody has ever had the confidence to come up and say, "Can I kickflip?"
Yeah.
Because I meaningly say, "Do a kickflip."
Yeah.
So he comes up and he's like, "Can I kickflip?" And we go, "Yeah." And he lands the cleanest kickflip. Just like he like gets the skateboard, throws it down, and I'm literally just like, I'm just like the raw dog confidence, and he goes, "Thanks, my friend's leaving," and he literally like hops on his bike, wheelies away, and I'm just like, "That's a kid. That's a
That's a
fucking kid."
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Anyways, that's a lot of house cats, Ryan.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
You got ambition.
Six house.
12
cats.
house cats.
Well, 12
You're-
initially,
You're
but after
it's just
reconsideration,
12.
I think 6.
I know your true spirit. It's 12 house cats. Mine's only 4. Yours is 6. That's pretty. That's
I brought myself down to. I'm sitting at 3 to 4.
You're
That's where I'm at.
Okay, interesting.
For the house cats.
We
yeah.
went. We flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, we press and right flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started with 6. You're right,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I'm
upon
changing my mind.
further. I mean, as one of the official members of this podcast,
Yeah.
I have indeed pondered this question a fair
Yeah.
amount of times.
I'm only pondering it twice,
Yeah.
but I like to show up from time to time.
Yeah.
So I think my answer is gonna keep changing, but I
Word.
think 6. Honestly,
6 is a good number.
is it
of
is,
cats.
is it a,
6
okay.
is possible.
Can I ask,
definitely
can I
believe.
ask a question?
Yeah.
Do I wake up that day and say I feel lucky? Because if I do, I'm saying 8.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think I'm saying 8.
The
But if
lucky
I
guy.
wake up and say like, man, I'm just not into it. Cause like, is it like a, can I raise some stakes on this?
Yeah.
$1 million for every cat you kill.
Oh, that changes the question. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
Because then you're got incentive. to
yeah. Because
kill.
now it's ambition, and at that
Well, I
point,
guess
I'm
you have
saying
incentive to protect yourself too.
yeah. But I'm saying 8 if it's that kind of game. But if it's just like
$8 million.
survive, no, yeah, I want 8 mil.
Holy
I want
Here's
it.
another question. The price per cat drops to $150,000 per cat, but you get to choose your weapon. Any weapon you choose.
Any weapon.
Do you take
no
the
guns.
deal or do you go barehanded?
Can it? Oh, that's a different question. We got to come back to that one in a
Yeah.
different podcast. We're
I
over
th-
on time.
Yeah,
Because
we do
I would
got to
like-
wrap it up.
I would like to
Let's
set
complete
prices.
this thought.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like if you, because I would love to set prices because I feel like guns
'Cause
is
I-
like $100 or like 150 because
Yeah,
it's just like whatever, like easy. But like if you miss shots, there's gonna be a lot of cats around you.
Yeah.
But
But
you
like
have
if it's like
limited
a
ammo.
cool- pardon?
You've limited ammo. Though.
Exactly.
You get a sword.
That's what I'm saying. Like great sword.
You
I
get
would
a
love a
sword.
great
You
sword.
get a sword?
I would fucking lose my mind.
Dude, you could go like 500 cats.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
you dual wield machetes. You
Yeah.
know?
Weed
yeah.
whacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take out the weed whacker.
Dude, have you ever put we have a bunch of saplings growing in the yard,
Yeah.
and like you can't use a weed whacker against them. But my dad was just like, oh, and I was like, what do you mean? Why the scoff? And he was just like, back in my day, we would just put a saw blade on the weed whacker.
That's the move.
And like I did it, and
That's
it's
the
like
tech.
it's a fucking dream. You can cut through like little branches like nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just like on a fucking gas engine. It's the most dangerous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
I was 16 years old, just like
I think it would get stuck on cats though.
it would. That's the thing. But like I feel like I could get through 50 cats with that, like every day of the week.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the price for that weapon?
I don't know. Set a price.
I
What's
don't know.
the-
What's your price?
2,500 bucks.
Yeah, as
a cat.
the local resident of the podcast, what's your price?
Oh, bro.
That's your game. Anyways,
Yeah, that was a good podcast, man.
yeah.
Uh,
Thanks
You guys
for
down
thanks
to
for
that?
listening.
Having me
Hey,
on.
support us on Patreon when we make a Patreon.
yeah, we're
Thanks for having me on,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming on,
Yeah.
boys. Thanks for watching. If you did, that was another episode. Episode
7.
6.
Let's go. Oh,
Yeah.
6.
This one's 6.
This
Next
is
one's
6.
7.
Next one's gonna
So
be 7.
your phrase did kind of work. You know.
Yeah.
Episode 7. Let's go.
Let's go for 7.
Let
Yeah.
cut.